been a cliffhanger kind of year for the Montreal Machine so far this season. The difference between victory and defeat in week 1 could very well have been this botched first quarter extra point attempt against San Antonio. The Machine ended up losing by 1. Last week, the Montreal kicking game was again on hand at the crucial moment, but this time with better luck. Bjorn Nitmo's clutch 28-yard field goal with 12 seconds left provided the Machine with their first win of the season and sent 36,000 at Olympic Stadium into delirium. The margin of victory, 2 points. Their opponent today, the unbeaten Sacramento Surge, led by the league's top-rated passer, David Archer. Formerly a starter in Atlanta of the NFL, Archer has Sacramento unbeaten in 2 starts and looking like the league's most improved team. Archer has plenty of weapons to work with, including wide receiver Eddie Brown, who's a big play threat every time he touches the ball. 2 top clubs meet today in Sacramento. World League football, Montreal versus Sacramento, coming up next. Welcome, everyone, to Hornet Field in Sacramento, California. A beautiful day as the Montreal Machine visits the Sacramento Surge in World League play. And it's a gorgeous afternoon here in Sacramento. 3rd week of the World League. We see Montreal tied for the lead with Orlando in the North American East Division. North American West, Sacramento at 2-0. One of 2 unbeaten teams in the league, and in the European division, Frankfurt also unbeaten. But this is a game between Montreal and Sacramento.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jim Brandstatter, and joining me to do the telecast today, Mike Lansford, all-pro kicker for the Los Angeles Rams, soon to be the property of the Kansas City Chiefs. But we're thinking World League football today. That includes Sacramento, one of the teams, 2 teams in the league that's unbeaten. Much better ball club this year than last year with a greatly improved defense and a solid quarterback.
Well, Sacramento has certainly improved defensively with George Bethune, the #1 pick in the league, and Sinclair. They provide a very strong and quick defensive line. Herb Welch is the quarterback and the safety, and Jones in the middle really provides a very strong defensive unit for the Sacramento Surge. Offensively, you got to look at David Archer. He's the most experienced quarterback in the World League this year. He's led the Atlanta Falcons to success, and along with a plethora of other NFL teams. He really provides a leadership for a young team.
On the other hand, you've got Montreal coming in here, 1-1 yet on the season, but a physical, tough football team. And that's going to be the big key, the fact that they're so physical and tough. And they got a quarterback controversy kind of going in this game.
Well, it's a nice problem to have. You've got a great athlete in Proctor who's really showed his ability to lead the team downfield. Last week he had 3 touchdown passes. Obviously, you have Anthony Dilwig, who brings his NFL experience, kind of the antithesis of David Archer for the Sacramento Surge. You're right. It's a physical team with talent, quick striking abilities with Pete Manley, formerly of the Lions. We look for a great ball game.
Should be a great ball game indeed. Don't go away. We'll be back with the opening kickoff right after we pause for this timeout.
Day here in Sacramento, 79 degrees, a nice breeze coming up northwest, 10 to 15 miles per hour, but a sunny day. And Montreal has won the opening toss, and they will receive. And prior to the game, there's a pretty good breeze blowing here, Mike Lansford, but it has calmed down somewhat in the last half an hour.
Well, it has, and I think you can look at it, the breeze having a direct effect, obviously, on the kicking game, and leave it to a kicker to bring that up.
Jacques Dussault, the head coach of the Montreal Machine, career record 5-7, 4-6 last year, 1-1 this season. Graduate of Miami of Ohio, the cradle of coaches. Got a pretty good ball club coming in here, much improved from last year. As a matter of fact, these 2 teams may be the most improved teams in the World League. On the other side of the football, Kay Stevenson, formerly of the NFL, many years with the Buffalo Bills, got his team unbeaten, 2-0. Great quick defense and a solid NFL veteran quarterback in David Archer.
And it'll be one of those situations, Mike, where you're looking at quickness versus size as a big matchup in this contest.
Exactly. And I think you've got that size on the Montreal line. You know, they've also got that quick strike ability. Pete Manley is a great weapon for them.
John Neese will kick it off for the Surge, and deep for Montreal. Pete Manley and D. Thomas. Manley and Thomas both are capable of going the distance. Manley has already taken a punt back, 73 yards for a touchdown this year. Opening kickoff, John Neese for Sacramento, ready to tee it up using a 1-inch tee in the World League, and that's a little different. That's an inch lower than what they use in the National Football League. But we are underway as Montreal will get the ball first. D. Thomas takes it but fumbles it at the 15, then recovers, and he'll be down at the 18-yard line. 1st and 10, Montreal. And the quarterback getting the start will be Anthony Dilweg up front for Montreal. Matuz, Novak, Kula, McCall, and DeRozier. But the big story at quarterback, Anthony Dilweg coming in following Michael Proctor's absolutely brilliant performance last week against Orlando. But Dilweg will get the start. 1st and 10, Montreal. From the shotgun. Little trick play, pass back to Dilweg. He looks to go deep, getting pressure, gets out of the way. He'll throw it over to Ricky Johnson, incomplete, and a flag thrown. Actually, they had both quarterbacks in the backfield. Now there's a switch from Jacques Dussault as both Michael Proctor and Anthony Dilweg were in the lineup at the same time. Proctor lined up at a running position. Dilweg gave the ball to him. Proctor threw it back. They tried to go deep, and it didn't work. Dilweg got out of there and threw it back to Proctor.
An interesting beginning to another World League game.
The call was offensive lineman downfield, loss of down. But here's the play, Mike. This is, you want to talk razzle dazzle? Montreal pulled it out in the first play from scrimmage.
Well, Sacramento didn't bite. Their defensive backs had great coverage downfield.
2nd 10. Now it's Proctor taking the snap, getting pressure. Mike Sinclair will sack him, loss of 5. Sinclair gets his 3rd and a half sack for the total on the season. Great quickness from that defensive left end position. In the backfield for Montreal, Proctor is the quarterback. Johnson, Bartlewski, Manley, the big play guy wide, along with Reggie Bynum. KD Dunn is the tight end. 3rd down, 15 for Montreal. First possession of this ball game, just 1 minute into it.
Mike Sinclair dominating on that side.
Proctor looking to throw. Goes to the flat. Ricky Johnson's got it, but he'll be knocked out of bounds over the 20-yard line. Good job by Sacramento as they were able to give a little, but they didn't give enough, as Monty Robbins will be forced to kick for Montreal as their first possession is 3 and out. As the Sacramento Surge front 7, Sinclair, the big one, Hill, Goldberg, Bethune, a very good player, Proctor, Jones, and Freeman, 3 of the quickest linebackers in the league. Robbins to kick, gets it off nicely. Eddie Brown back to receive, takes a good Sacramento bounce, and it will be in Montreal territory when Sacramento takes over. As Robbins, averaging just 33.1 per kick coming into this ball game, didn't get the good bounce. And Montreal hurting a little bit now on defense as Sacramento comes out in great field position. Up front for Sacramento offensively, Stevens, Buddenberg, Zeno, Forsythe, and Rogers. Good job protecting David Archer in pass plays, but they haven't done a great job blocking for the run. The skill position players, Archer at quarterback, Pringle and Burst the running backs, Brown, Parker, and Paul Green the receivers. 1st and 10, Surge. Archer back to throw, looking over the middle. He's got Parker over the middle, complete for a 1st down at the 30-yard line. Crossing route by Carl Parker from the wide receiver position in motion, and he was able to get it done, and the Surge have a 1st down on defense for Montreal. Up front,
Putsier, Royal, King. The linebackers in a 3-4 look, Savage, McKenzie, MacArthur, and Darrell Davis. In the secondary, Thomas, Jones, Holmes, and McCall. 1st and 10, Sacramento. The give. Pringle, he's through to the 30, inside the 20, but a flag's down. Making the tackle back there, Darrell Holmes for the Montreal Machine, but let's check the flag. Offsides against Montreal, and the Sacramento Surge will turn that one down and take the 1st down.
Offside, 56 on the defense, penalty decline, 1st down.
We saw the film of their scrimmage before the season started, that tie-breaking scrimmage, and it looked like the Sacramento Surge could run on this team, and look for them to do that today.
Pringle rips off 11 yards there as the Surge have had 2 plays and 2 first downs. Ball marked on the 18. Burst in motion. Hand off to Pringle, coming left. Not as much there as the Montreal Machine makes some good defensive adjustments. First man there was Putsier along with Reggie McKenzie, the linebacker. Gain of about 2. It'll bring up 2nd and 8.
We talked to Coach Stevenson yesterday, and he did reiterate that he wanted to really establish the run against his team and then open it up for David Archer.
Eddie Brown, the big play man, split wide left. Running backs are Burson, Pringle. Wide right is Parker. Archer will throw. Quick drop. Looks for Eddie Brown. Overthrown. Eddie Brown wants a call as Chris McCall was on the coverage, but I don't think that Eddie's going to have much luck at that one.
I don't think so, too. You can see Eddie Brown coming in for a quick post, and there's a little contact there, but the official didn't bite on the flag there, and now it's 3rd down.
Of course, there is no contact in the World League. Defensive backs do not have that 5-yard zone where they can bump a receiver. Archer will now work out of the shotgun at 3rd and 8. Looks down the middle, touchdown! Great throw by David Archer, and Stephon Adams makes the catch. As they loaded up the right side, and Adams came from a slot position right down the middle. Archer put it into him, and the Sacramento Surge on the board first with an 18-yard touchdown pass from David Archer to Stephon Adams.
That was a good drive, Jim. They established themselves on the run. They had a quick pass to Parker, and then on loan from the Raiders, Stephon Adams catches it over the middle for a touchdown. Quick 6 and a nice early lead for Sacramento.
John Neese to attempt the extra point. And he's got it, and Sacramento, just 4 minutes into the 1st quarter of this one, has taken a 7-0 lead. We'll be back with more 1st quarter action from Hornet Hill, Sacramento. But first, we'll pause for this timeout. Take one more look at the touchdown.
Stephon Adams right over the middle. Archer gets it up, he goes up and grabs it, and touchdown Sacramento.
Unions have bought more Dodge Caravans than MPV and Previa combined. Take the option of a 3-point.
Yesterday, the opening kickoff was a short kickoff. Montreal fumbled the ball, and Sacramento stopped them inside the 20. That's a key play, kicking against the wind. The Robbins punt was a bad kick. I think it only netted under 35 yards, giving them great field position. Archer moved the team down efficiently, 7-0 Sacramento.
On offense, their first possession, Montreal came with a trick play. Proctor and Dilweg, both quarterbacks in the game. Then after that play, Proctor took over. Neese to kick it off, and he sends it deep. D. Thomas will, no, Pete Manley will take it at the 9, tries to get outside, but Mike Scott does a good job, and he brings him down at about the 21-yard line. Good special teams coverage there by wide receiver Mark Scott.
Pete Manley really provides an element of excitement to any kind of a special team situation. He's tutored by Frank Gans from Detroit, and he adds that little element of excitement to any kind of a team that he belongs to.
You saw Michael Proctor's stats after not getting the start in their opener. He was brilliant last week against Orlando, and he is taking over here. Montreal's second possession. He'll hand it off to Johnson, tries the right side, but there's nothing there.
You know, you only have 2 of 11 starters returning on defense, Jim, and the people they've come in with have really improved the Sacramento team, probably the most improved team in the league.
George Bethune over there in on that tackle. In the secondary for Sacramento, Robinson and McWright work the corners. Herb Welch and Lewis Riddick are the safeties. Riddick, the real physical secondary back for Sacramento. No gain on the play, 2nd down and 10. Proctor fakes, works in the flat, hits Bartolewski, but Bartolewski cannot hold on, and he drops the ball. Middle linebacker Michael Jones on the coverage. An incomplete pass means the downs go on, and 3rd and 10 facing Montreal and Michael Proctor now. He was open. Bartolewski just dropped the ball.
Dropped the ball, yeah. Had a nice play fake, but you can see the reaction of Sacramento's defense converging on Proctor, but yet, you know, had he made the catch, it would have been only a 3 or 4 yard gain.
3rd and 10. Proctor straight back. Here's the blitz. Proctor avoids the blitz, gets the ball out, but incomplete. Pass was intended for tight end Katie Dunn. On the coverage was Riddick, and just like that, the Sacramento defense once again stiffens, forces Montreal 3 and out. You're back into that situation again of special teams. They have held Montreal with really no gain on a series of downs, and now it's up to Monty Robbins, averaging just over 33 yards a kick. Much better kick that time by Robbins. Eddie Brown will take it at the 40, but he fair catches the ball. And that is where Sacramento will take over. 1st and 10 as Sacramento enjoys a 7-0 lead. We'll be back with more first quarter action. Let's take this time out.
Diarrhea has no sympathy. Just when you take the trip of a lifetime, you get the diarrhea of a lifetime. Traveler's diarrhea, caused by a bacteria. Only one leading diarrhea medicine actually fights that awful bacteria. Only Pepto-Bismol. For powerful relief to get you back. Pepto-Bismol's the only one you need.
Is running out.
On your chance to take advantage of the total dealership liquidation at Roseville Toyota.
There's still a huge selection.
But everything must be sold. All new and used cars.
All trucks.
All parts and accessories.
Total liquidation.
Poor or no credit financing available. Now, Roseville Toyota. The Roseville Auto Mall. Freeway 80 at Eureka Road. The savings will blow you away.
Beautiful day here in Sacramento, and upwards of 25,000 here at Hornet Field. Great day, great crowd for this game between Montreal and Sacramento. David Archer having a nice day already, completing a touchdown pass to Stephon Adams just 4 minutes into the game to give Sacramento that 7-0 lead. I'm Jim Brandsetter along with Mike Lansford. So far it's been all Sacramento in the early going. 9:05 left to play, first quarter.
Pass 85.
Defensively, Sacramento's jumped all over Montreal's offense, putting them in great field position. Montreal's punter, Marty Robbins, is a better punter than that, I think. You know, he's only averaging about 33 yards a kick. He's put them in some unfavorable field position.
We'll talk to you here in the background are the coaching staff of Sacramento as David Archer brings him out 1st and 10. He splits his backs, Burse and Pringle. Fake to Burse. Over the middle, looking for Pringle, incomplete, overthrown. Coverage over there by D. Thomas, the cornerback. But the fake to Tony Burse and then releasing his running back, Mike Pringle, out of the backfield. Pringle was open. Archer just overthrew it.
Just overthrew him.
Take him off special teams because we're going to need him if somebody goes down.
Coach Kay Stevenson. Jack Youngblood says Kay Stevenson is a Chuck Knox clone.
A Chuck Knox clone.
Conservative, quiet, and a great leader.
2nd and 10. In motion is Parker. The give on the draw to Pringle. Tries the right side. He'll get 3.
Hey, don't be dick. Hey, make sure you do your drill. Where's Herbie?
Five.
Herbie, let's be smart.
We're going 5.
Be smart. You know they're going to come after you.
Obviously, it's play number 5.
Loaded left. And let's
Boy,
go.
you really are the master of the obvious, aren't you? Play number 5 for Mike Archer. As Sacramento faces a 3rd down and 7.
Okay.
3 wideouts. Actually, 4 wides in the game for Sacramento and 1 running back. Archer from the shotgun. Getting pressure, and he'll go down as Michael Finn makes the sack. Sacramento that time could only manage 3 yards on that possession. Incomplete pass, a running play for 3, and then a sack. Michael Finn, 6'4", 285 out of Arkansas Pine Bluff, just beat the block up front, made the good rush, and sacked David Archer.
Great pressure by Finn. I remember David Archer about 7 years ago getting by those defensive linemen.
Back to punt, John Neese, deep for Montreal. Pete Manley, very dangerous. Kick off the right side of the foot of Neese, but takes a Sacramento bounce. It will go out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Fortuitous bounce for John Neese. Ball bounces out of bounds at the 20-yard line, so Montreal will take over from their own 20, trailing Sacramento 7-0. Don't go away. We'll be back with more after this timeout.
Look at this video of our trip to Old Sacramento. Remember that great restaurant, the one with a funny name? What was it? Yeah, Sticky Fingers. Boy, I know where they got that name. Look at Aunt Sue. She a mess with those ribs or what? And look at Lynn. She loved that hamburger. You know what was great? They didn't use any smoke flavoring at all. Just good, sweet ribs. Oh, look at those other people enjoying the cocktails and that great view from the balcony. You know, we ought to go back there.
Sticky Fingers, ribs, chicken, and spirits. Great family eating in Old Sacramento. Cartoon Galleria, dedicated to the preservation of animation art, is Northern California's premier animation gallery. Whether you come to visit this famous mouse or explore our fantastic selection of vintage original animation art featuring your favorite tunes from Wile E. Coyote and Donald Duck to Roger Rabbit and The Little Mermaid, Cartoon Galleria is fun for the whole family. Come soon to Cartoon Galleria and bring home a magical piece of animation history.
Back at Hornet Field in Sacramento, Surge leading Montreal 7-0. Quarterback Michael Proctor still in there for Montreal. There was some thought that Anthony Dilweg might get the start, but Proctor, after having a brilliant afternoon last week against Orlando, he was 15 of 23 for 263 yards and 3 touchdowns. He also rushed for 52 yards and scored a touchdown with no interceptions. He gets the start. He will bring the machine out from their own 20. So far, they have netted, I think, a negative 3 yards in their first 2 possessions.
Not the start that they wanted, obviously. Sacramento's defense is applying a lot of pressure on Proctor.
Wide right is Pete Manley. Junior Robbins in the corner working on him. Proctor goes to Manley on a slant cut. Caught! And Robinson makes the tackle after Herb Welch gave him a shot coming through. And, well, there's the sign of a good receiver going into the middle and making that catch, knowing you got a safety looking for you.
Right, and you know you've got the cornerbacks off the defenders. There's no bump and run in this league, so a wise old veteran like Pete Manley can take advantage of this. Look at him. I mean, there's no one anywhere near him. That's 5 yards every time.
Gain of 9, 2nd and 1 for Montreal. Proctor give to Ricky Johnson, and he'll get the first down over the 30-yard line, but he'll just get the first down. Gain of about 2. As we go to Jacques Dussault, the head coach, and listen to what he's talking with his coaches.
Hey, Coach.
2-yard gain for Montreal.
Hey, Dave.
First down.
Dave.
First and 10 on the 31.
Proctor might have had a difficulty hearing the coach. They work with a radio system so the coach can actually speak to the quarterback inside his helmet. 1st and 10 Montreal as Proctor brings him out. Wide right is Reggie Bynum. Had a great game against Orlando also. Proctor looking to Manley, overthrown. Coverage by Robert McWright.
No, the last series we were just in. It was a fake draw was the very first play they ran. It was a fake draw, play action pass. Okay. That was the first play of the second series? Right.
Yeah,
okay.
Nobody.
I got you.
You can see the communication going on between the Montreal coaches in the press box to Jacques Dussault. 2nd down and 10. Proctor with one running back. And Ricky Johnson, that running back, will get the call, and he breaks over the left side for decent yardage. We'll call it 6. Over there to make the hit, Louis Riddick. Bring up now 3rd and 4 for Montreal.
Too near, 48. 48. Too near, 48.
Too near 48 should be running play around the right end. It looks like they're trying to attack the perimeter against Sacramento defense.
Sounds like you have some coaching experience.
Offensive linemen always had to learn even numbers meant right, odd numbers meant left. That's all I've got. Here it is, sweep around the right side to Johnson. He breaks through, and he'll go over midfield. Good run as Bill Goldberg comes over to make the hit from his right tackle position, as Montreal beginning to mount a good drive and doing it on the ground, sweeping the right side against this Sacramento defense.
This is the coach in the booth relaying the messages down to Proctor and to Coach Dussault.
Number 20,
This is a play he called. Look how well it worked. Huge hole on the right side. 1st down, Montreal.
Proctor with Manley split wide right, Bynum left. It'll be the option with Proctor holding on, and he gets good yardage, 5, maybe 6 yards. Finally brought down by Mike Sinclair. As there's a play you see a lot in college, but you do not see a lot of it in pro football. But Reggie Collier, Michael Proctor rather, with 6'4", 210, big solid player, can pull it off.
Hey,
yeah, I'm here.
Dave?
Yeah.
The one thing we could do if we just keep getting a ton of pass week is just call, strong shade 6. If we get in a situation.
I think that was a defensive coach from Sacramento trying to figure out how to stop Montreal as they're looking at a 2nd and 5. The give, big opening for Aaron Emanuel. And Emanuel is able to get inside the 25 to the 23, and another Montreal 1st down as Emanuel, former USC back, 6'2", 235, just busts it up over the middle for big yardage.
But you're right, Emanuel just explodes up for a 1st down.
Herb Welsh finally from his safety position has to come over and make the tackle. And you don't like letting running backs get through the line of scrimmage that free, but Emanuel did. 1st and 10 Montreal. Emanuel still in there as the running back. Play fake down the middle, caught Manley. Proctor put it right on the numbers, and Manley went out and got it as he split the safeties and caught that pass inside the 5 at the 4-yard line in front of Herb Welch in the secondary for Sacramento.
You got a great fake in the backfield, freezing the linebackers, and Proctor just lays it right in there for Manley over the middle, stretching out. A great catch.
I want to talk about an NFL receiver with some experience. How about that catching the ball with his hands, Mike?
It was a great catch, but give Proctor some credit. This guy doesn't have just the athleticism anymore. He looks like he's really coming into his own as a quarterback.
1st and goal from the 5. They'll sweep left to Emanuel. He's going nowhere. Great play by Robert McWright, the corner.
Great open field tackle.
He came upfield and stopped that sweep cold. That'll be a loss of 6 on the play. More than that, it'll be a loss of 7 on the play out of the 12-yard line.
A 9-yard loss on the play.
Wow. Great play by the corner, Robert McWright.
Montreal's really mixed it up on this drive. throwing some draws, throwing some options, hitting Manley a couple of times. It's time for Sacramento to dig in and have a defensive stand.
Manley will split wide right. In the slot is Andre Brown. Back to throw Proctor, looking over the middle, scrambling out of there, getting chased by Sinclair, throws back over the middle, tipped and incomplete. Herb Welsh got a hand on the ball, and that was big because Andre Brown was ready to make the catch. Proctor was able to scramble, buy himself some time. Welsh came back on his coverage, got the tip in front of Brown, saved a touchdown.
That's great. That's great coverage. Those defensive backs are sitting in there plugging up that end zone, and Welsh just gets a hand on it, tipping it away.
Brings up a 3rd and goal from the 12 for the Montreal Machine. Same formation. One setback is Johnson. Proctor looking, batted down. David Westbrook's got right in the face of Michael Proctor, got a big hand up and batted that pass away. And that'll bring up a field goal attempt by Montreal.
Westbrook 6'4", 270 from Howard. Again, getting those hands up and stopping a very effective Montreal drive.
Bjorn Nitmo will attempt the field goal. He'll hit it from about the 30. The holder is Monty Robbins, the punter.
Nitmo, probably the class of the World League.
Kick is up and blocked. Montreal will try now to get on the ball, but I think we got a flag thrown. There might be an illegal.
Looks like an illegal lateral.
Yeah, it might have been a forward lateral, and I think the ball will stay in the hands of Sacramento. But that kick was blocked right in the middle.
Well, this is thick grass here, Jim. It's kind of like hitting a wedge out of the rough, as you have so many problems with.
Excuse me?
The trajectory of the ball is going to come off a lot lower, and the end result, if you get any kind of pressure up the middle, you're going to get a hand on it, and that's exactly what happened.
We couldn't make out who actually got a hand on the ball, but there's no question it was blocked. Let's listen to the call.
Forward pass. After the kick had been returned, we're going to mark off 5 yards from here. First down in this direction.
Well, it looked as though Junior Robinson came up with the football and tried to pass it. It's only a 5-yard call, but certainly an awful big break and a good job on special teams by Sacramento.
Watch how low the trajectory here. That's really thick grass that he's kicking out of. There's some penetration, but Nitmo's got to get that ball up. Again, the thick grass kind of prohibits that.
It might have been 79 Vance Hammond who got through and got a hand on the football. But that ends the first quarter of action as the Sacramento Surge dodge a bullet, and they remain in front 7-0 over the Montreal Machine. We'll be right back with second quarter action after we pause for this.
Morning breath.
As soon as I have my coffee, it's all gone.
Whether you admit it or not, it's a problem.
Okay, I have morning breath, but it doesn't bother anyone.
Don't be so sure.
Mine's not so bad.
Morning breath's not as bad as you think. It's worse. So get Scope. Its 2 powerful ingredients kill 90% of the bacteria that cause morning breath.
Was my morning breath really that bad?
There's no denying morning breath, so save your breath with Scope.
Oh, my daddy once told me.
When I was this tall.
Said if you can't buy the best,
don't buy no truck at all.
So, I got me a Toyota.
It's #1.
This truck's like me.
It's tough,
but it's fun.
We're talking trucks by Toyota.
You spell it T-O-Y-O.
T-A.
Get factory to dealer incentives. See your Northern California Toyota dealer now.
Taking a look at a very happy Sacramento special teams bench as they come up with a big field goal block, maintaining their 7-0 lead as Nitmo had a 30-yard chip shot and it was with the wind. But Sacramento rose up, blocked it, and maintained their 7-0 lead. They'll go 1st and 10 from their own 9-yard line against this Montreal defense.
Well, Sacramento had stuffed Montreal most of the first quarter, and there's another angle on the field goal.
Take a look at the hold. Is that a good hold, do you think, for Nitmo?
That hole is fine. Again, that grass is so thick right there. You've got some penetration right there in the middle. It's almost impossible to get the ball, get the trajectory up, and 55 came through and knocked the ball away. Now, what'll give a coach nightmares is after you've blocked a kick like that, you start laddering the ball around. I'm sure that gave Kay Stevenson a mild stroke.
Michael Jones or Vance Hammond, weren't sure who blocked it, but this is Sacramento with the football, and the give is to Mike Pringle, the running back. He'll gain a couple out to about the 12-yard line. In on the stop for Montreal.
Number 23, Mike Pringle, tackled by number 94, Adam Bob.
Adam Bob, the inside linebacker, in there to make the stop. Actually, they mark him out about the 13-yard line. Give him a gain of 4. Burson Pringle, the setbacks. Wide right is Parker. The give is wide right to Pringle. Breaks one tackle and gets just about back to the line of scrimmage. Quentin Jones up from his safety spot to make the hit. Davis, though, Darrell Davis forced Pringle to make a move, and he had no chance after Davis got through and got to him.
Sacramento's running game has taken some criticism over the last couple of weeks, but they fully expected to run well on this Montreal Machine team based on their performance in that tie-breaking scrimmage.
Davis just beat the block cleanly of tight end Paul Green. Made the play. Now from the shotgun with 3 quick receivers left, Archer will go to the air. Throws to Green, and Green drops it in the open. And Green, normally a sure-handed receiver, just dropped the football. He probably would have had the first down.
Looked like Archer checked off on the line of scrimmage, saw that Green had the slant pattern across the middle. Hey, Green just dropped it. Looks like he had a first down.
Archer read Montreal coming with a blitz, went to his hot receiver and just didn't execute on the receiving end. As Green got his hands on it but couldn't haul it in. That'll force Sacramento to a kicking situation. Pete Manley will return it, and he is the league leader in punt returns. John Neese will kick it away. End over end, hits to the 50, and a big bounce for Sacramento. Manley can't hold it, but the ball bounces out of bounds, and Montreal will retain possession. Pete Manley, normally a sure-handed punt return guy and a guy that wants to make things happen. That time got lucky as he tried to take it out of bounds. It kicked off his knee, out of bounds. Montreal takes possession. Back with more World League football after this.
Hello, I'm Monica Roberts with the 13 Top Story Update. Bill Clinton's presidential campaign confirms Clinton did receive a draft induction notice while at Oxford University, but they say he received it after the induction date had passed. Clinton has never denied getting the notice, and despite complaints of a scandal a day, Bill Clinton is being endorsed by both the New York Times and the Daily News. Those endorsements come just 2 days before the New York primary. Next update in 1 hour.
.13:03 left to play, second quarter of this World League game between Montreal and Sacramento. Sacramento with a David Archer to Stephon Adams touchdown 4 minutes into the first quarter. Gives Sacramento the 7-0 lead, and they maintain that through the quarter. First quarter stats, Montreal with 40 yards net rushing, 30 yards passing for 70 total yards, while Sacramento just has 15 yards rushing and 28 yards passing. So the battle of stats is being won by Montreal, but the scoreboard says Sacramento 7, Montreal nothing. First and 10 from the 44. Proctor fakes to Johnson. Will go back to throw. He's knocked down and sacked. Bill Goldberg gets the sack as he beat the block of his offensive lineman, got a hand on Proctor, went down to a knee, and that will be sack number 2 for the game for Sacramento.
Bill Goldberg has added a great strength up the middle against the run. Here he gets some penetration and makes the play. He's not really known as a pass rush guy, but Bill Goldberg's in there on the sack.
Once he made contact and that knee went down, the referee called the play, and the sack was called. Loss of 9 on the play. Second down, 19. Proctor on the draw to Johnson. Johnson gets about 1 yard before a host of Sacramento tacklers led by Lewis Reddick stop him cold.
Any defensive coordinator loves to see that happen. He loves to see the entire team gang tackling the ball carrier. That shows enthusiasm, it shows quickness in pursuit.
While Reddick, who plays safety, is about their 5th linebacker. I mean, he comes up to support the run big time. As a matter of fact, they'll mark that ball at the 35, so that's a loss of 1.
And here comes the cavalry, and that guy's got to be real happy with the way his defense is playing today.
3rd down and 19. Back to throw Proctor. Getting pressure. Scrambles out of there, which is his strength, and gets it up to the 50-yard line. Riddick brings him down, but Michael Proctor will not get the first down, and that'll force Montreal into a kicking situation. But the strength of Michael Proctor is that ability to scramble out of trouble and make something happen.
And he's really perfecting his skills as a thrower and a reader of defenses, and I think that really delights the coaching staff of the Montreal Machine. Kind of a young version of Warren Moon.
Monty Robbins back to kick for Montreal. Junior Robinson will return. Kick does not turn over, and it will take a bad bounce again for Montreal down at the 25-yard line. Just a 25-yard kick by Monty Robbins of Montreal, and he's having his problems. Coming into the game averaging 33 yards a kick, and that average will drop. Back with more second quarter action after we pause for this.
A reputation you can ride on Big O Tires.
Big O gives you one of the toughest tire warranties around. You get a flat, we fix it. And if we can't fix it, you get a new tire. It's that simple. We'll rotate your tires every 5,000 miles, and when they need to be rebalanced, we'll do it. And it's free for the life of your Big O tires. That's Big O.
A reputation you can ride on Big O Tires.
Juice. Quiet, please.
Oh no, not here.
When allergies come on this strong, Benadryl comes on stronger. When allergies come on this strong, Benadryl comes on stronger.
Sacramento with a 7-0 lead with 10:59 left to play in the half. Jim Haslett, defensive coordinator for the Sacramento Surge, has just done a brilliant job with this group this year, allowing just 12 points in 2 games.
You know, he's got a real aggressive, strong group of athletes. Again, the people that this roster has now on it are now people who are capable of playing in the NFL. You know, the league has changed. Coach Doucette said the league has changed favorably 40%. And that has to do with the quality of athletes. And not necessarily just the allocation players from the NFL. Better athletes are in this league right now, and Sacramento has a lot of them.
Okay, Mike, you're out the series. Yeah. Pete, you're in. Yeah.
Making personnel changes on their next defensive series. Meanwhile, David Archer brings his Surge out 1st and 10 from their own 25. In motion is Parker. Wide receiver screen to Eddie Brown. Pass incomplete.
Pass intended for 88 Brown, incomplete.
That play they scored on against Ohio. Look at that defense and what they've done this year. Absolutely spectacular, really, Mike.
Second ranked in the league so far, and only 12 total points. Opposition yards averaging 245, but that's the key, 12 total points.
You can average giving up 6 points a game, you're going to win a lot of games. This time the give by Archer in the middle to his running back. He may gain 1, and that's about it. That was Tony Burst, the ball carrier. Burst gets it out over the 25. Actually, they'll spot it at the 26. So gain of 1 brings up 3rd and 9 for Archer and crew, as Quentin Jones came up, filled extremely hard from his safety position. Archer in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers.
Archer over the middle, incomplete. Hit Carl Parker, who was open, and Archer had to get rid of it because he was looking at the face of a blitz. Threw it a little early, and Parker turned around and couldn't make the reception. Archer hit him in the hands with it.
It looks like it hit him in the shoulder, actually. It looks like the ball got there right as Parker was turning around. Well, I'm sorry, it hit him in the hands. Uncharacteristic for Parker to drop one of those.
He's one of their more sure-handed receivers. 4 catches this year for 43 yards and a touchdown. As Nice comes in to punt once again, and the dangerous Pete Manley is deep for Montreal.
I think I'd kick away from this guy.
Low, spiral, hits at the 40. Manley will take it at the 38. Look out! Just brought down by his heels as Manley almost made something happen out of that one.
Well, Nice kind of hit a low trajectory, low hang time type kick, and they're fortunate to escape. Great coverage on behalf of the coverage unit.
Back with more after we pause for this.
Time is running out on your chance to take advantage of the total dealership liquidation at Roseville Toyota. There's still a huge selection, but everything must be sold. All new and used cars, all trucks, all parts and accessories. Total liquidation. Poor or no credit financing available. Now, Roseville Toyota. The Roseville Auto Mall. Freeway 80 at Eureka Road. The savings will blow you away.
Consider 3 things when choosing a bank. 1, absolute assurance that your principal can and will be returned. Sacramento Savings has been providing that assurance for over a century. 2, yield. Sacramento Savings pays higher interest than all the major commercial banks. 3, service. Taking care of customers with service that is legendary has been, always will be the policy at Sacramento Savings. Take my word for it. At Sacramento Savings, it's your principal and our principles that count.
We're in Sacramento, California, and that's not the Golden Gate Bridge. That is a bridge, though, here at Sacramento. I'm Jim Brandstetter, along with Mike Lansford. We're into the second quarter of this World League football game between Montreal and Sacramento. Sacramento with a touchdown early in the first quarter, leads 7-0. Since then, there's been no scoring, although Montreal did get down inside the 5-yard line of Sacramento, but then had a field goal attempt by Bjorn Nitmo blocked. So we remain at 7-0. Mike Proctor will bring the Montreal machine out. 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line. Inside blitz by Sacramento. The handoff goes up to Emanuel, and Emanuel gets back to the line of scrimmage, and he was lucky to have that happen, as I believe Pete Najarian from the inside linebacker position, along with Freeman, just took away the draw play completely.
Joe, bring Wanda in there, A-gap too, then Sam on this side went in A-gap.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, still should have had that blown out there.
Play past 26 naked.
That's it.
Najarian in at the inside linebacker for Michael Jones, as that hurts the Sacramento Surge defensively a little bit. Proctor, play fake, back to throw, rolling to his left. Looks downfield, hits Bartlewski, and Bartlewski is drilled out of bounds by Freeman. But Bartlewski is able to get the first down as Freeman laid the lumber on him. Bartlewski got the first down as Montreal comes up with a big second down play. And now back into the ball game is middle linebacker Mike Jones, as Najarian will come back out of there.
93 Y sneak. He's not hearing you, coach.
96 Y sneak.
93.
93 Y sneak.
93 Y sneak.
Yeah.
It's done.
Yeah, he didn't get it.
Okay.
You hear the coaches from
Too hip, I
Jacques Dussault getting the information from his coaches in the press box. 1st and 10, Montreal from the 49. Straight back is Proctor. Lots of time over the middle and caught, but then fumbled. Will it be ruled a fumble? I believe they're going to rule it a reception and a fumble. Now the question is, will it be a turnover? And who has the fumble? It will be Montreal's football, as that pass was completed and Proctor had lots of time in the pocket. That's If you can't put pressure on the quarterback, you're going to have some problems with Proctor.
And that's been the strength of the Sacramento defense so far this year.
He doesn't understand me anymore. 3 flip near 29.
Here's another look down the middle of our screen. Bartolowski gets ripped, and boy, it just didn't look like he had control of it.
I didn't think he had possession, but they ruled he did have possession. As Manley splits wide to the right, Proctor brings him up for another first down play from the 30-yard line. The give is to Johnson, trying the left side. Turns the corner and gets to the 25 before he's brought out of bounds by Herb Welsh. Gain of 5 on the play as Montreal again moving the football against this Surge defense.
5-yard gain, 5 Montreal.
Proctor, outside linebacker, coming out of the game. Michael Jones back in there. Najarian now playing inside. Jones playing outside.
Joe?
Yes.
Take a look at the coaches now for Montreal.
Well, I don't know.
If they're doing that, that means a strong safety's coming. 25 wham, center coverage.
Yeah.
Montreal thinks that they're coming with a blitz. The give is to Johnson through the middle, and he gains 4. He'll be marked down at about the 20-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd and 1.
34 Johnson brought down by 75 Mike Sinclair.
On it.
Mike Sinclair made the tackle.
29 or 26 OT.
29 or 26 OT.
Check with me. Check
29 or 26 OT.
Check with me.
Play 29 or 26 OT. My suspicion is that's going to go left or right, depending upon what defense Mike Proctor sees when he gets to the line of scrimmage. He'll audible whether it's right or left, but I suspect a running play to Johnson, the tailback. He'll go left, but he gets nowhere as the Sacramento defense comes up big. Vance Hammond makes the play, and he stops Johnson for a loss.
Another big play by the Sacramento defense. I think you need to queue up a few more guys with headsets on that offensive line of the Montreal machine.
I'll tell you, Hammond was right in there, and it was actually Aaron Emanuel who tried to get that. He's the bigger of the 2 backs for the Montreal machine at 6'2", 235, but Vance Hammond made sure he wasn't getting anywhere. We've got a timeout. We'll be back with more after we pause for this.
Now, Carl, you were saying that you're going to have a club at Carl's Jr.
Right.
A club? Carl, yes. Now you're talking. I mean, we could have like a secret handshake and a special hat.
Happy.
Satin jackets.
Happy is a turkey club.
A turkey club? Who's going to join a turkey club?
It's a turkey club sandwich that has sliced turkey, bacon, tomato, Swiss cheese, on a French roll. I'm telling you, it's got everything.
Go for the food, right, Carl?
Turkey. In a way, it makes perfect sense.
Bunny, bunny, bunny's gonna save some money with John L. Sullivan. Oh, sure, honey, you can't miss. Cause John L. Sullivan, Chevrolet Geo in Roseville, is your super discount dealer. John L. Sullivan means bigger selection, bigger discounts, and bigger savings, which means more money for Bunny, bunny, bunny. Oh, that's okay, honey. We can just tease some hair over that part. Bunny, bunny, bunny's gonna save some money at John L. Sullivan in Roseville.
Beautiful day, warm day, temperature in the high 70s as the Sacramento Surge cheerleaders entertaining part of this very, very nice crowd here at Hornet Stadium. 7-0, Sacramento leads this World League battle. 5:48 left to play first half. Montreal and head coach Jacques Dussault now facing a 4th down and 3. Mike Lansford, at this point, do you think that they want to go for it?
Well, they're 2 for 2, as the graphic said, on 4th down this season. Going that way into the wind, Nitmo struggled before the game. I think that they're really contemplating going for it here.
Seal that sucker.
Dussault is looking to go wide and try to seal the cornerback, and then he thinks his running back might be able to get lots of yardage. They break out of it. Big play here. 4th down and 3. Manley, wide left, wide to the right is Bynum. Running back is Johnson. Sacked! Big play by Nate Hill. Big play by Nate Hill as Mike Proctor goes down And on 4th down, the Sacramento defense comes up big one more time.
Sacramento defense showing why they're second in the league in total points scored against.
Hell of a job, Mike.
Hey,
Good job,
Jimmy.
baby.
The defensive front is very, very tough. They got some great big athletes that are just doing a great job at Sacramento.
Communicated back there. Him and Robert.
1st and 10 now as David Archer takes over for the Surge. He's going to give, and Mike Pringle's going to try wide right. Turns upfield, keeps his feet, and gains approximately 4 yards. Big hit made by Darrell Davis, along with Emmanuel King. King, former first-round pick from the NFL, 6'4", 270, in his 8th year of professional football. Gain of 5 on the play. Good second effort by Mike Pringle. Gets the Surge in a 2nd and 5 situation. Pitch left, Pringle. He will get it up to about the 40-yard line, call it a gain of about 2. Reggie McKenzie in on the stop for Montreal. As Montreal now looking at Sacramento, trying to make some things happen with the pitch sweep, left and right.
Well, Montreal has been as unyielding as Sacramento has been defensively. They've really shut down the Surge offense since that opening drive.
And David Archer has had some miscommunication with his sideline and Kay Stevenson, so he calls a timeout. 4:33 left to play in the first half of this ball game between Sacramento and Montreal. The Surge leading 7-0.
Yeah, he's a tight end. He dragged
Let's listen in on this conversation between Coach Kay Stevenson and David Archer.
And should get the first down, keep it rolling right here. Come right back with it. I'm thinking about to come back with 8:26. Now they're playing a lot. They're playing with that damn strong safety right on the line of scrimmage. Yeah, let's do it.
There isn't much that Archer hasn't seen, I don't think, that Montreal can throw at him from.
How much of that?
We'll have to get our regular personnel back in there.
With the Falcons and the Eagles and the Chargers and wherever the heck he's been. I'm sure he's seen just about every defense there is, and that's the value of having a veteran quarterback in a league like this.
The last 2. Okay, well, see, that's the reason why they've got the strong safety up. They're sliding the line back the other way. I got you. So we got man front. Yeah, we got to play fake them.
From the shotgun now, David Archer on 3rd and 3, and Archer's going to roll right. Throws complete to Parker, and he's got the first down, and he's brought down by Quentin Jones. There's the experience of David Archer. Again, seeing the defense, going to his hot receiver and making the accurate throw to get the first down. Now, whether they go with a play fake to take advantage of Montreal gambling with their strong safety up on the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 from the 47. 4:17 left to play first half. Clock running.
360. 360.
Archer straight back. Throwing deep down the middle. Parker can't hold on.
Parker normally more sure-handed than that. Archer got the ball right in there downfield. It could have been a big play.
James Lott on the coverage, but Parker again got his hands on it. As sure-handed as he is, it's kind of surprising. We've seen him drop a couple today.
Well, he's known as a possession receiver, and the possession receiver's got to get open, and he's open. The ball's in his hands, and he just kind of slides through.
2nd and 10. The running backs are Burse and Pringle. Wide right is Brown, wide left is Parker. Archer straight back, looking again over the middle. That's caught by Eddie Brown. First down. Tackle made by Darrell Holmes, but not before Eddie Brown was able to cut over the middle and get the first down. Gain of about 18 on the play to the 39-yard line. 1st and 10, Sacramento, and they go with the no huddle.
Trying to stir things up a little bit. Like to go into halftime with at least a 10-point lead.
3:03 left to play in the half. Looked like Montreal jumped. Archer's going to scramble out of there. He's to the 35, slides down at the 33.
We'll check the flag, but it looked as though it was an offsides on Montreal, unless he was drawn by an offensive lineman. Bernie Kukar is our referee. I might mention our officials today. Kukar, the referee, the umpire, Dave Foley, head linesman, Bill Spikman, line judge, L.T. Bonner, the back judge, Jim Dapolis, side judge, Billy Smith, field judge, Scott Green, and the observer is Verl Sorgan. Take a look at the offsides. Manuel King jumps, ball snapped, he's in the neutral zone.
Well, going to the no huddle really stirs things up. I mean, they're starting to complete some passes downfield. The receivers are getting open. Archer has some time. Going to the no huddle really kind of stirs it up and confuses the defense.
Sacramento takes the penalty, so they're looking at 1st and 5 now. Burse in motion. The give is fake to Pringle, throw to Burse, incomplete. Coverage over there by 55 Ray Savage.
Well, Dave,
good play fake to Pringle, just didn't execute the other way.
Dave Archer would like to have that pass back, I think.
You think so?
I think.
It's nice to have a thinking man up with me in the booth here.
Doesn't happen with great frequency.
Especially today. 7-0 Sacramento. 2:12 left to play. First half. They may not get this one off before the 2-minute warning. Archer brings him out. Eddie Brown split wide right. Pringle in motion. They do get the play off. Archer straight back. Getting pressure. Rolls to the right. Stops, and he will be sacked. Kevin MacArthur from his linebacker position just shadowed Archer as he tried to scramble out of there. Great job by the Montreal secondary as Archer couldn't find a receiver, and Kevin MacArthur gets the sack. Loss of 6 on the play brings up a 3rd down and 11, and we are at the 2-minute warning. Minute 54 left to play in the first half of this one. Sacramento still on top, 7-0, but when we come back, they'll be looking at a 3rd down and 11 with a minute 54 left. So a big play is in order for the Surge.
From Matus Toyota Sacramento. You know, right now is the right time to write your own deal on the car or truck you want at Matus Toyota. They're dealing like never before, and for a very limited time, forget the price on a new Toyota. You write the price you want to pay. And no reasonable offer will be refused. I can't believe the deals they're taking right now on the car or truck you want at Matus Toyota Sacramento.
Sunny California, downtown of a really growing city in the northern section of California. I'm Jim Brandstetter along with Mike Langsford. We're here at Hornet Field in Sacramento. World League Football Week 3. Sacramento Surge unbeaten in their 2 previous games. Montreal at 1-1. Sacramento holding a 7-0 lead. Minute 54 left to play. First half.
Well, without overstating the obvious, no team likes to take a sack, especially with just 2 minutes to go in field goal range. That'll give any coach a couple extra gray hairs.
3 receivers split wide left. Archer from the shotgun, looking left. Pressure, and Archer escapes it, rolling to his right at midfield. Over to the 40, down inside the 40 to the 38-yard line, and Archer took a big hit there from Michael Finn, but gets back up. Not enough for the first down. Inside the 35, it'll be about a 4th down and 4. Decision time now for Kay Stevenson, and they'll call the timeout and talk it over.
And Stephon Adams is over just near the sideline by the 20-yard line, and David Archer scrambling to the right, just doesn't see him. I'm sure that Stephon Adams is going to go back to the huddle and say, hey, next time I'm wide open.
Ray Savage is the man that forced Archer out to the right. Now let's go to the
Sacramento sideline and listen
Yeah, you want dime personnel?
to the coaching staff and the coaches in the press box as they head into this 4th down play.
I want to go some 43 clouds for nickel.
Yeah, yes. Good.
Let's go, Dave.
It doesn't look like they're going to kick the field goal. Nice has obviously had his problems this year. He's not really a kicker, he's not really a punter, but he's talented enough to do both.
They're 2 bats, Coach.
He's 4 of 5 for PATs and only 1 of 3 the field goals with that one kick being 48 yards. So he connected in pregame from 55 yards going this way. That's downwind. His first week he missed 30 field goals of 33 and 22. I think that is playing heavy into Case Stevenson's mind right now.
So on 4th down, the Surge will go for it. 4th and 5 from the shotgun. Archer will roll left. Looking, and he'll be sacked. Daryl Davis, the linebacker, coming up as, again, trying to roll away from the pressure and buy some more time for David Archer. Daryl Davis was able to make the big play defensively for Montreal, and Sacramento comes up empty.
Well, you see David Archer rolling left and Davis coming up and making the play, and just goes to show you got to live by my old adage, you always kick the field goal.
And that only would come from a kicker.
That guy, he likes to scramble around.
Although at that point, you know, with what kind of confidence you have in your kicker, you're not real sure you're going to, might as well take a better shot with your quarterback who's been hot of late. Montreal takes over 1st and 10, and the quarterback is Anthony Dilweg. Dilweg goes to the sideline and hits Bynum. And Bynum gets out of bounds short of the 1st down marker, but Montreal's Jacques Dussault makes a change at quarterback, and Anthony Dilweg takes over for Michael Proctor.
I think in a 2-minute situation, Jim, you might want to throw in a guy who has a little more veteran experience, and he can run a 2-minute offense with more efficiency.
Dilweg gets 8 on the first play. The outcut to Bynum as Dilweg goes to the shotgun. Minute 13 left to play. Sacramento up 7-zip. Here's the draw play to Johnson. Johnson tries to get the 1st down. Brought down. Nice play in there defensively. But number 96 for the Sacramento Surge. That's Nate Hill who does the good job as they now face 3rd down and 2. Dilweg rolling right. Throws complete to Johnson. Great tackle by Riddick. And that will hold him short of the 1st down.
Boy, Riddick is 6'2", 217, and big and strong. He's known as a big, violent hitter, and he's...
Actually, Derek Kelson was the guy who made the tackle, stopping Johnson short of that 1st down. It'll be just about a half a yard short, and Montreal will call timeout with 30 seconds left to play in the half.
Kelson's a violent hitter, too.
About an inch, quarterback sneak. All right.
44 and 42 look a little alike. Kelson, very big also, 6'1", 187. Made the tackle on Johnson as we go to the sideline now and listen in to Jacques Dussault talking to Anthony Dilweg.
We got one more timeout, don't we?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, wait a minute, Coach. Tell him to call a timeout as soon as he gets the 1st down.
Yeah.
Anthony.
Let me talk. Wait a minute. What personnel do you want? What personnel do you want? Call timeout when you got it.
Joe,
The Montreal
what personnel
fans have expressed a concern over Coach Dussault's leadership and coaching abilities, seeing how he doesn't have the experience as maybe some other more qualified to take that position. But what he's done is he's surrounded himself by guys with the experience. He's kind of coaching and learning as it's an ongoing process.
That's all right.
Well, they have come in with the heavy lineup as Manley and Bynum both come out. And Dilweg will bring the Montreal team to the line. 4th and about a half a yard. If they can get the nose of the ball over the 50-yard line, they will have the 1st down. Just 30 seconds left in the half.
The Surge would like to thank the World League official supplier.
And now we have another timeout. I think this might have been called by Sacramento as we got back-to-back timeouts. Haslett now talking to Michael Jones.
Alert verticals, alert verticals.
Boy, big play right here as both teams call timeouts before this 4th and 1 play. Anthony Dillweg getting his first action for Montreal as he comes in to replace Michael Proctor. Dillweg started the season, and Dillweg was the starting quarterback in their first game loss at San Antonio, 17-16. He was 13-22 for 143 yards and a touchdown. But Michael Proctor had such a great game against Orlando, he got the start today. Dillweg now into the ball game, looking at 4th and 1. Bartlewski in motion. It's a quarterback sneak. Dillweg will have it as he gets over the 50-yard line, and immediately time is called. 26 seconds left to play, first half. Sacramento on top by 7. Nothing fancy here, Mike Lansford.
No, that's a big play for them. It's a big play for both teams. That 50-yard line, it's great field position. And going into halftime with some kind of a scoring opportunity is a big boost momentum-wise for either team.
Let's go back down to the bench. Montreal, Jacques Dussault and Anthony Dillweg, along with Joe Clark, his offensive coordinator.
94 Railroad. 94 Railroad.
The play is 94 Railroad. Do you have any clue?
Well, it's not a field goal.
Again, the master of the obvious strikes.
Anthony, do you hear me? Can he hear you? No. Huh? No. Well, why can't he? His never work. I mean, you know why not working?
Just 26 seconds left, and they've got to get approximately 30-35 yards to get within range for Bjorn Nitmo from the 50. Dillweg from the shotgun. 4 quick receivers. Dillweg goes deep out, and he's got Pete Manley, who drops the football, ruled incomplete. Boy, that was close. Ball was picked up.
Well, a couple old KG veterans, Dillweg and Manley, hitching up on that play. The timing perfectly, and that's field goal position for Bjorn Nitmo. Now, to me, it looks like Manley had possession there.
Tracy Perkins picked that ball up, but it was ruled incomplete pass. The coverage by Robert McBride, good hit by him on Manley as they look at 2nd and 10. 19 seconds left. Dillweg straight back, rolls right, throws to Johnson, his outlet receiver. He's knocked out of bounds by Kelson after a gain of 4. They needed a little more than that to get within Nitmo's range. Now with just 12 seconds left, they're really going to have to work the sidelines or try to go deep with Dillweg to get in position.
Is the field goal ready?
Right, because with no timeouts left, you're not going to have enough time to get the field goal unit out there.
We're going to be, well, if he goes out of bounds, we go down 10-0.
To get into field goal range, I would imagine they'd have to get inside the 25-yard line. That would make it at least a 42-yard attempt into the wind. It's a difficult kick anyway, but I think that's what their goal is.
Dillweg out of the shotgun, straight back, hangs in the pocket, steps up, looks to Johnson. He catches it inside the 25 to the 21-yard line. 4 seconds left. The clock will stop while they move the chains on the first down. Can they get to the line of scrimmage and stop the clock? The clock is started, and that's it. The half ends as the clock was started before Montreal could get set, and that's a big break for Sacramento.
Very lucky that they that Montreal didn't get out of bounds or they didn't have any timeouts left. Sacramento again being benefiting by luck or what have you. They've blocked kicks, they've bent but they haven't broken. They've been pursuing, they've made the sacks, they made the plays defensively. This is a team that's rated 2nd in points allowed in the World League, and you can see why.
Dillweg not real happy with the fact that they moved the clock, and that one really just took Montreal away from the opportunity to get some points on the board before half. So we're at halftime. Don't go away. Mike Lansford and I will return with second half action and recap the first half after we pause for these words.
Good morning. Monica Roberts with the KOVR 13 Top Story Update. Today will be a day of rest for jurors in Miami who are considering drug charges against former Panamanian dictator Manuel Noriega. They deliberated for 6 hours on Saturday and will meet again on Monday. And just a reminder this morning, don't forget to set your clock ahead 1 hour. Most of the country goes on daylight savings time at 2 this morning. Stay tuned for coverage you count on here on KOVR 13. Next update in 1 hour.
I was raised in a log cabin, you know.
A log cabin, huh?
Yep. I had to walk 10 miles to the grocer's to get me some of this golden delicious log cabin syrup.
That's funny. Grandma said that you
Of course,
were...
log cabin being so rich and mapley was as popular with the bears as it was with me. Made things more interesting on my walk home.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Log Cabin, irresistible maple flavor for more than 100 years.
So Brooklyn must have really changed since you were a kid, huh, Grandpa?
We are back at Hornet Field in Sacramento with the Sacramento Surge holding a 7-0 lead over Montreal. Dilweg, the quarterback for Montreal, will probably see the start in the second half as we take a look at the halftime stats. Mike Lansford, you look at Sacramento and the statistics, and they shouldn't be leading this ball game, but they are, being outgained 2-1 by Montreal.
Well, Montreal started putting things together offensively, but Sacramento applying that bend but don't break philosophy and really applying pressure on key short yardage, third down situations deep in their own territory. They had the good fortune of getting a block kick. They stopped them on a fourth and short, and here we are. Here we are. They're ahead 7-0.
Take a look at the top performers in the first half. Johnson for Montreal, 8 rushes, 32 yards.
Hurry up!
Johnson's caught 4 balls, Manley 2. Proctor was 5 of 10 for 65. Dilweg replaced him just with 2 minutes left. He was 3 of 5 for 37 yards. We'll get to the Surge individual statistics in a moment. Right now, we'll wait for the kickoff of Bjorn Nitmo as he hits it opening up the second half, and that ball will roll, and it is taken by Montreal, or by Sacramento. That's Anthony Green, and Anthony Green will get it to the 20-yard line before he's brought down.
That's a poor judgment by Green. That ball was rolling out of bounds.
Surge first and 10 on the 20.
Top players for Sacramento in that first half. Pringle, 7 carries, 26 yards. Archer, 1 scramble for 7. Receiving, Parker's caught 2 for 23. Adams, 1 for 17. That 17-yarder was the touchdown, the only score of the first half. So Sacramento will take over, 1st and 10 at their own 20. Archer brings them out. Pringle, the only setback. And to Pringle, tries the left side, gets over the 20 to about the 22-yard line. Gain of about 2 as we take a look at David Archer. Poor first half by his standards, 4 of 11 for 54 and a touchdown. He came into the ball game completing 60.8% of his passes.
To his credit, he had about 5 balls dropped.
Quentin Jones, the tackler on the last play. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. In motion is Parker. Archer straight back. Parker makes the catch. Rather, Paul Green makes the catch over the 30. That'll be good for the first down. Ray Savage makes the tackle, outside linebacker for Montreal, as David Archer trying to warm it up here in the second half. Hits his tight end, Paul Green. Mike Lansford, as we head into this second half, where do you think the changes and adjustments have to come for both of these clubs to get some things started?
Well, I think Sacramento better start catching the ball first, like I mentioned. They dropped about 5 passes, and usually they have sure-handed receivers who have let the ball slip through their hands, and that puts a lot of pressure on the run, which Montreal seems to be stuffing.
Quick opener off the left side to Pringle, and Pringle gets decent yards, maybe 3, out to about the 34.
I think that both offenses are going to start going to their quick strike guys. Eddie Brown for Sacramento and Pete Manley, I think, will play prominent roles here in the second half.
2nd and 7. This drive started at the Sacramento 20. Archer, quick drop. Looks over the middle. Caught. Complete to Parker, his slot receiver, to the 45-yard line. That's good enough for a first down. A gain of 11 yards. So Parker gets the reception as Sacramento starts early here in the second half with a good drive.
Well, Carl's dropped a couple in the first half, and this is a good opening drive for him. Coming across the middle, showing his strengths, getting open and making the play.
1st and 10, Archer straight back. Under pressure, looks for the out, cut, overthrows, intended for Eddie Brown. On the coverage, D. Thomas. Brings up 2nd and 10 for the Sacramento Surge at the 45-yard line as David Archer's getting some heavy pressure here early.
Well, the defensive line for Montreal is a big physical group, and they're just letting David Archer know that his experience doesn't count for anything around here. They're still going to come after him.
Desmond Royal was the man who got a piece of Archer as he goes straight back. Quick drop, complete to Eddie Brown. Nice timing pattern between Archer and Brown as Brown makes the catch in front of D. Thomas, the cornerback. Gain of 7 on the play brings up 3rd down and 3.
Eddie Brown taking advantage of the cushion that the league provides. There's no bump and run, remember, in this league, and that gives that 5-yard little out. It's there every time a quarterback steps up to the line.
3rd down 3. Quick drop. Again, looking for the out cut. Archer hit as he delivers, but that ball is caught and then dropped. On the coverage, Chris McCall. That'll be incomplete, but Archer wanted to go to that quick out again to Eddie Brown, but it was covered, so he went to the other side to Stock, and Stock could not get the job done. But again, in the face of David Archer was Reggie McKenzie.
Reggie McKenzie just levels David Archer.
Aren't you glad you weren't a quarterback, you were a kicker?
That's exactly the reason I was a kicker, right there. And a couple old veterans congratulating each other on some tough play.
The fact that they're both still walking. John Neese back to punt. Pete Manley is not back deep to receive this ball. Hits inside the 10, down and out, and knocked down at the 2-yard line. Special teams, big play there by John Neese, the punter. And number 45 for the Sacramento Surge, Tom Gerhardt, backup safety on special teams, did a great job downing that kick inside the 5 at the 2, puts Montreal in a hole. We'll be back with their possession after we pause for these words.
To take my son to someplace really cool. But I think to myself, the Shacks are never going to make it. So I pick up a new set. Actually, I enjoy working on my truck as much as I like driving it, and I count on Chief for help. They've got guys that help me find the parts I need, and they know what they're talking about. Yeah, Chief Auto Parts takes care of me like I take care of my truck.
It's the Floors to Go Super Spring Sale. Save up to 70% now at Floors to Go on carpet, vinyl, and wood flooring at our 14 area Floors to Go stores. Get Mannington Vinyl now at Floors to Go and save on everything from Vega to the revolutionary Mannington Gold. Mannington starting at $6.99 per square yard. Plus Floors to Go's 6-month no payment, no interest financing and the Floors to Go lifetime installation warranty. Save up to 70% now at the Floors to Go Super Spring Sale at all 14 Floors to Go stores.
These are days of specialization, and Coach Stevenson, with a 36-man roster, chooses to have his kicker punt and kick. And John Neese has done a fantastic job today after starting the season off struggling a little bit with his field goals. He's really been an effective force as a punter today, which is surprising. He's kind of taken the thunder away from Montreal's Marty Robbins. And he's really put Montreal deep in their own territory.
Neese and Gerhardt, who downed that punt, put Montreal in a hole. Anthony Dillweg starts the second half as quarterback for the Machine. Ricky Johnson gets the call against the Sacramento Surge. He gets it to the left side for about 2 out to the 4-yard line. Sacramento defensively, though, showing 8 men up front. As we go to defensive coordinator Jim Haslett on the sideline.
Watch it. Mike. Over. Stud. Mackay 1-3. Over stud. Mackay 1-3.
What does that mean, Jim?
Defensive signal calling, and I believe the MAC stands for the strong side linebacker. And he's going to line up to the tight end side, shade that way, and shoot the gap. Dilweg now checking off. He'll go for the quick pass to Manley, completed to 10. Manley gets it out to the 12. It's going to be close to a first down. Robert McWright on the coverage, but Dilweg saw the blitz coming early from inside linebacker Michael Jones, checked into a quick outcut to Pete Manley, and it worked nicely for the first down.
Again, taking advantage of that cushion, that league-provided cushion. There's nothing much that McWright can do other than just come up and make the play.
Pete Manley, after a career in the NFL, has got to love the fact that he doesn't have any cornerbacks right in his face the entire game because of the league's no bump rule. First and 10 Montreal from their own 11. Dilweg straight back, rolls right, getting away from pressure. Downfield incomplete. Pass intended for Bynum. Good coverage by Sacramento as Riddick was over there, along with Junior Robinson. Good job of pressuring up front and allowed Dilweg to scramble to the right, and Riddick just there to make the play.
Riddick makes the play, but Manley was open underneath. Here he is coming across the middle, waving, coming back to the ball like a good receiver, and Dilweg just misses him. Riddick makes the play.
Second down and 10. Montreal, 8:51 left to play. Third quarter. Dilweg fakes the draw, straight back. Looks to Manley. Ball is caught, flags thrown, and there'll be a interference call against the right corner, Robert McWright, as Manley went on the hook in front of McWright. McWright closed a little too quickly. That is the call, interference against Sacramento. I believe the catch was made by Manley.
Defensive pass interference, number 21, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Penalty is 15 yards, and here's the play, Mike Lansford, and it's pretty obvious that McCall arrives a little too early.
Well, we talked about this coming into the second half, how they would utilize Pete Manley a little more often and get him involved in the offense, and does a fabulous job of tearing it up. He's tearing up McWright. He's using a little NFL experience. He was the leading receiver for the Lions in '88 and '89.
Dilweg straight back. Intercepted. Michael Jones, I believe, gets the interception, as it's Corian Freeman, rather, makes the interception, as they love it here in Sacramento.
Another big play by Sacramento.
Big turnover by Sacramento as Corian Freeman gets the first interception for the Surge defense this season. And Dilweg had to double clutch and tried to squeeze it into a spot he shouldn't have thrown it.
Corian Freeman makes a nice play, falling down. Big play for Sacramento.
David Archer rolling right, looking over the middle. Caught by Paul Green, first down. Reggie Clark on the coverage makes the tackle, but David Archer rolling to the right, buying some time, waited till Paul Green came open and drilled the ball into him, as Montreal backup quarterback Michael Proctor, who started this game and then was pulled for Anthony Dilweg, watches from the Montreal sideline.
Saying I can do that.
Throw an interception?
I can roll right, by time, complete it, be the hero.
First and 10 Sacramento from the Montreal 20. Archer hands to Pringle off the left side, over the 20, inside the 17. Bob, inside linebacker, makes the stop for Montreal.
There's Pringle, 186 pounds, 5'8", out of Cal State Fullerton.
Pringle coming into the game averaging just 2 yards a carry. 24 carries for 48 yards. 16 his longest, and 1 touchdown on the year. 2nd down, 7. Fake to Pringle, and Archer will not get away as there's a big play made by Reggie Clark of Montreal. That's just great recognition by Clark. 6'2", 238, second year out of North Carolina. He's the man that has contained against the quarterback, and David Archer just couldn't get outside of him. Good play by Clark.
Well, we had the play fake to the left, and Archer wants to draw right and buy some time, and Clark just would not have anything to do with it. A great athletic play.
Big loss of 8 yards. Now from the shotgun, 3rd and 15. Archer down the middle, intercepted. Archer overthrows his tight end, and Quentin Jones picks it off. He's still on his feet at the 20, trying to get to the sideline, and he'll go out of bounds at the 20-yard line, brought down by Mark Stock. But Sacramento saw a golden opportunity go away as David Archer throws his 2nd interception of the season, as Quentin Jones, playing a zone, just center field, waits for the overthrow, reacts to it, and there's your turnover.
He waited for the overthrow, and he got it the 2nd time that Sacramento was really self-destructed in the Montreal end of the field. The wind's going that way. They're an easy field goal range. Another blown opportunity by the Sacramento Surge.
Nonetheless, Sacramento remains on top with 6:05 left to play in the 3rd quarter. Sacramento clinging to the 7-0 lead over Montreal. Don't go away. We'll be back with more after this.
The crash was so hard, I didn't even know what happened. I did know I needed a lawyer on my side who knew about injury cases. Jacoby and Myers had their investigators reconstruct that accident. They found witnesses. They even helped me find a specialist for my injuries. It was not an easy case. I needed a good personal injury lawyer to help me win it. You asking why I chose Jacoby and Myers?
Hurry in now for unbeatable values during Circuit City's truckload sale. Save on Bose bookshelf loudspeakers, now a low $66 each. This Sansui VCR with remote and on-screen displays, now only $198. And this Feature Pack Sanyo 8mm camcorder, yours for just $598. Don't miss these unbeatable values and more at Circuit City's truckload sale.
Welcome to Circuit City, where service is state-of-the-art.
Sometimes you think the life of a quarterback's pretty glamorous. Well, in this play, David Archer has a little problem, doesn't he? Throws an interception and then gets drilled.
A little hello from Ray Savage. Go downfield, cover your interception, and end up contemplating subscription turf.
Or retirement. 1st and 10 for Montreal after the turnover at their own 20. Dilweg remains quarterback for the machine. Sacramento Surge showing blitz. Good hole up the left side for Montreal as Aaron Emanuel takes it over the left side and gains probably 8 yards out to the 28-yard line. 5:49 left, 3rd quarter.
A 7-yard gain for Aaron Emanuel. 2nd down, 3, Montreal. On the 28.
Emanuel out of USC.
Dilweg looking at 2nd and 3. To give to Emanuel, cut back over the 30 to the 33-yard line. He'll have the 1st down. In on the stop, Michael Jones, inside linebacker for the Surge, 6'1", 220. Came to the Sacramento club from the Los Angeles Raiders of the National Football League. He's been a good one. He and Sinclair have been the defensive leaders for Sacramento. Up front for the Sacramento defense, Sinclair, Hill, Goldberg, and Bethune. Vance Hammond's in there now at right defensive end for Sacramento. 1st and 10 Montreal.
fake. Dillweg is sacked by Michael Sinclair, but he saw Sinclair coming, threw the ball just to get rid of it, hit an offensive lineman, and that will be a penalty as Sinclair defensively once again makes a big play.
6'3", 270 pounds out of East New Mexico. He's on loan from Seattle. And this guy's a bona fide NFL talent who's honing his skills in this World League. He's a great addition to the Sacramento Surge defense.
Great addition indeed. 2 sacks for 14 yards last week versus Ohio. He's already had 1 in the first series of this game. That's a loss of down penalty. A grounding call, and nobody was more surprised than Dave DeRozier, the offensive right tackle, who saw the ball hit him. And I know from experience being an offensive lineman, if somebody throws you the ball in the air and it hasn't hit the ground yet, it's like you have no clue what to do.
Not that you could do anything anyway.
Oh, with the great speed that I possess. Dillweg back to throw, looking down the middle. Hammonds makes the tackle. Sack. Vance Hammond, 6'6", 300-pounder out of Clemson, came around from his right end and made the play. Boy, that defense of Sacramento just continues to impress. Last week, they had 5 sacks to tie a club record against Ohio, and they've already got 4 today, and basically it's just Hammond overpowering his offensive linemen.
I think what you have here in the World League is you might have a little more talent on the defensive line than you do on the offensive line. And Sacramento takes advantage of that.
3rd down and 15 now for the Montreal machine. Dillweg under pressure, forced to run, being chased, throws over the middle, complete, but tackled is Andre Brown, short of the first down. Good coverage again by the secondary of Sacramento as Dillweg forced out to the right, found a receiver, but they kept the receivers in front of him, short of the first down.
Well, this is something that Anthony Dillweg doesn't want to do. He's a pocket passer. He doesn't want to have to roll out to the right. That isn't his strength. He's rolling out to the right, throwing across his body.
Nate Hill put the pressure on him, forced him out of the pocket as Monty Robbins gets his kickoff. Again, bounces back, but right there to down it is Sean Russell. Another poor kick by Monty Robbins. Sacramento will take over at their own 33-yard line. Back with the last 3:02 of the third in a minute.
It's my turn.
No way, I saw her first.
Quit arguing and tell the folks about Capital Motors. I'll show her around. Hey.
Come on down to Capital Motors, where you can choose from our huge selection of late model used cars, trucks, and 4x4s. Price to sell. We always offer top dollar trade-ins on your present car or truck, paid for or not. And financing is easy. Even if you've had a bankruptcy, repo, or credit problem, we say, that's okay.
Hey.
Some guys have all the luck.
There's something new and hot happening at 105.1 FM. It's the fresh new breed of today's country music. Only on Country 105.1.
That's what I like about you.
The hot new breed of today's country music and all your country favorites on Country 105.1.
105.1.
Take a look at these two clubs, what they've done so far entering week 3. Sacramento, of course, with 2 straight victories over Birmingham and Ohio. Montreal 1-1, losing on the road, but winning at home by 2 over Orlando.
And 1 PAT away from a perfect record.
Coming up for Sacramento, April 11th, they've got San Antonio right here at Hornet Field. Then April 18th, they travel to Birmingham, while Montreal has Ohio at home, and then they're in Orlando on the 19th. So tough battles coming up, especially for Sacramento, as you look at San Antonio and Sacramento, a pair of outstanding defensive teams. That one might end in a 0-0 tie, as the shirt sleeve crowd really loving the weather and the action here at World League football in Sacramento. 1st and 10 Surge.
Archer hands it off to Doug Dubose into the ballgame. Dubose out of Nebraska hurdles over the left side. He'll gain about 3. Depends upon where they'll spot the football. They'll spot it at the 36. Call it a gain of 3 yards. Brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd and 6, third down to 36.
Wide left goes Parker. Wide to the right is Eddie Brown. David Archer having a rough day to the passing department today, but his team in front. Wide right goes Dubose. Got room. Bangs into a linebacker. Rather, that was number 20, Darrell Holmes, the safety. And Holmes wins the battle as Dubose was a darn big back, 5'11", 190, but very, very stocky and solid. Ran right into Holmes, and Holmes won the battle. Knocks him out of bounds just short of the first down. Call it a gain of 5. We'll bring up 3rd down and 1. The Surge go to a heavy lineup. Jared Johnson in the ballgame will play at a tight end. High formation. They give to Dubose. Dubose tries the left side. He didn't get it. He did not make the first down. You want to talk about physical? How about Montreal up front? The whole right side of their defense would not allow Dubose to make anything.
Well, you've got 2 real physical defensive lines here, taking advantage of offensive linemen whose skills probably aren't as honed as that. Here you have Montreal just collapsing on Doug Dubose, preventing a first down. Now it's 4th and 1.
Kevin MacArthur led the charge, and he stops Dubose short on a 3rd and 1. Big opportunity to use some clock and move the chains, and Sacramento comes up empty. Neese back to punt. Pete Manley, ever dangerous, will receive. High spiral. Manley back to receive it at the 10. Gets outside, but then is knocked out of bounds. Pete Najarian down on special teams, knocking Pete Manley out of bounds at the 17-yard line. Back with more action from Hornets Field here in Sacramento. Surge 7, Montreal nothing. We'll be back in a minute.
A reputation you could ride on Big O Tires.
Big O gives you one of the toughest tire warranties around. You get a flat, we fix it. And if we can't fix it, you get a new tire. It's that simple. We'll rotate your tires every 5,000 miles, and when they need to be rebalanced, we'll do it. And it's free for the life of your Big O tires. That's Big O.
A reputation you could ride on Big O Tires.
Hey, JoJo.
Yeah, Cousin Joe?
My car just drove its last mile. Where can I go to get a new one?
Go to Capital Motors on Auburn Boulevard. That's right, Brother Mo. Get out of repo.
I had credit problems.
I had a bankruptcy. Come in and see our large selection of late model used cars.
Look at my new car from Capital Motors.
We're going to Reno to try his luck there. Come see me at 4625 Auburn Boulevard.
Back in Sacramento, one of the storylines of this ball game. Quarterbacks for Montreal. Proctor on the left, Dillweg on the right. The change was made just before half from Proctor to Dillweg. Would Jacques Dussault, Mike Lansford, go back to his starter, Proctor?
Well, I think it's a nice situation to have. I mean, it's a nice problem to have. He's got 2 talented guys. You know, I played for the LA Rams and grew up a Ram fan, and they went 15 years with quarterback controversies, something that Jacques or Coach Dussault will always wonder whether he made the right move or not.
Big thing here is you look at Pete Manley, one of the top receivers in the league, limping a little bit, and if he's gone and not in service for Montreal, that could be big indeed. Looks like he's just trying to loosen up, but he's out of there right now as Dillweg brings him up 1st and 10 from their own 18-yard line, and Sacramento showing blitz. The handoff to Johnson. Johnson tries the right side up over the 20, and he gets it to the 22. Brought down by Michael Jones and Basil Proctor. As you see, the Surge show blitz. Johnson is able to find a little hole off the left side. Proctor and Jones down at his feet makes the tackle. Gain of 5. 2nd and 5 for Dillweg. Montreal trailing 7-0. Just 24 seconds left to play third quarter. And off to Johnson. This time the right side. Big room. He could go all the way. One man has a shot to catch him. And he will, as Robert McWright runs Anthony Johnson out of bounds, but not before a big gainer inside the 30 to the 27, 23-yard line of Sacramento. The running game of Montreal coming up big as Ricky Johnson breaks through the right side, and then he's off to the races.
Well, he's got a 4.5 average. He's had 31 carries prior to this game for 140 yards. And he broke through a big gainer and a big play from the Montreal machine.
McWright, the cornerback, saves the touchdown as Montreal making a move to tie this thing up. Ricky Johnson with the big run to get Montreal out of trouble. Back with fourth quarter action. After we pause for these words, Sacramento leading 7-0, but holding on as Montreal starts to come back.
General Motors announces Sean L. Sullivan in Roseville is your #1 Chevrolet Geo dealer in the entire state of California. That's right. Sean L. Sullivan outsold all other Chevy dealers, even in San Francisco, San Diego, and Los Angeles.
Why? Super selection.
Largest selection anywhere in Northern California.
Super financing.
I came in at 4 and drove out in my Geo at 5.
Super discount prices.
I bought 7 cars here because I got the best price.
Remember, no one can make a deal like we can, and that's a promise.
Sean L. Sullivan Chevrolet Geo in Roseville.
Right now, the man of the hour for Montreal, Ricky Johnson, that man who just broke off a 60-yard run, 60-plus yard run, and puts Montreal in great position inside the 25 between the 23 and 22-yard line of Sacramento. And if Montreal can make good on this opportunity, trailing 7-0 early in the fourth quarter, a question for Mike Lansford: would they try to go for 2 points following the touchdown, considering the fact scoring has been tough to come by in this football game?
I don't think so. I think it's too early in the fourth quarter. I think you go for the tie, you go for the sure PAT. This is where Sacramento has been getting tough lately. They've been very opportunistic in this area. They've blocked the field goal. They've stuffed them on third and fourth and short. It'll be interesting. It'll be a good test for them right now.
Well, Anthony Dilweg has quarterbacked this club since the 2-minute warning of the first half, and Montreal has statistically done a very, very good job as he brings them out and splits Bynum. Wide to the left, wide to the right is Andre Brown. First and 10. The give to Johnson. Johnson tries the left side, but he's stopped. It's Basil Proctor who makes the first hit, and then it's cleaned up, and that's a loss on the play. Johnson, who ripped off a 60-plus yarder, that time tried the left side and was stopped, I think, about a yard short of the line of scrimmage. Loss of 1, we'll call it 2nd down and 11. Good job by Proctor. George Bethune also in there making the play from his right defensive end spot.
Case Stevenson compares George Bethune to a slight Jack Youngblood and Fred Dreyer from the late 70s with the LA Rams.
Pretty good company for Bethune. 2nd 11. Dilweg to give this time to Aaron Emanuel. And Emanuel hits the left side. Down he goes. Nate Hill there along with Michael Jones. As, once again, as you indicated, Mike, Goldberg also up from the bottom of the pile. The Sacramento defense, bend but don't break. Boy, they have been tough when Montreal has made a move.
Had a real strong surge against the run. Big Nate Hill, 320, second-round pick out of Auburn in the middle. And Bill Goldberg, 270, a first-round out of Georgia. Really plug up that middle.
Look for the slant pass here. 3rd down, 8. Dilweg, quick drop, throwing the slant, and it's caught. Pete Manley makes the catch on the slant cut right in front of Robert McWright on the coverage, and that's just great execution. The coverage was not bad, but Dilweg got the short drop, looked right all the way, then turned and fired, and Manley, running the right route, got in front of McWright. Manley is still down, but boy, that was a well-executed pass play.
Boy, it looked like Manley came right down on his helmet, too. He might be a little bit dinged. You know, he's playing football here to try and get football out of his system. Officially, he says He's a retired football player, although he led the Lions in receiving in 1988 and 89. He said he's playing for fun, and I don't know if this hit right here looks like too much fun.
That'll get football out of your system.
That got football out of his system right there.
It looks though they're working on the legs of Manley. Manley may be cramping up. He went right down in his head as McWright did all he could do to keep that pass from being complete. Well, Manley appears to be all right. It's not a neck injury or a head injury, but that slant cut gets Montreal a first down. Let's listen in to Dussault and Clark calling the offensive signals.
Go with the pro. All pro auto parts. Individual auto parts of the Sacramento third.
Plays already in as Montreal breaks the huddle. Andre Brown now this time goes wide left. Wide to the right is Bynum. Dilweg, first and goal from the 7-yard line. The give to Emmanuel. Left side over the 5 to the 3-yard line. Montreal banging away at that left side. Aaron Emmanuel, the power runner in this Montreal attack, got over the left side. Bill Goldberg in there on the stop along with Michael Jones. Jim Haslett, defensive coordinator of Sacramento, trying to make something happen again.
Over. Pantry. 2 over 2.
Second and goal from the 3-yard line. Dilweg calling signal. Hands to Johnson this time over the left side. No indication yet. He's in for the score. Montreal scores. It's 7-6. Sacramento holding on to a 1-point edge. It will be Bjorn Nitmo coming in and try to tie it with the extra point.
Well, Montreal has been dominating this game from a statistical point of view. They finally break a long 60-yard run by Johnson, and here they power it through with Johnson scoring the 6th. We're 1 point away from a tie ball game.
Going over Jeff Novak and Roman Matuz up front. Here's Nitmo's attempt to tie it. The holder is Monty Robbins, the punter. Low kick, but it's through, and we've got a tie ball game. 7-7 Sacramento and Montreal. 12:03 left to play in the 4th quarter. The touchdown by Johnson gets him 6. The extra point by Nitmo gets him 1. We're tied up. 12:03 left to play. We'll be back to finish things out after we pause for these words.
I took a look at Ford Explorer. Then I looked at Jeep Cherokee. Cherokee's got more horsepower, more standard torque, and Cherokee's even got more payload. Looks to me like the Explorer's got some more exploring to do.
Jeep. Now, Carl, you were saying that you're going to have a club at Carl's Jr.
Right.
A club? Carl, yes! Now you're talking. I mean, we could have like a secret handshake and a special hat.
Happy.
Satin jackets.
Happy is a turkey club.
A turkey club? Who's going to join a turkey club?
It's a turkey club sandwich that has sliced turkey, bacon, tomato, Swiss cheese, and a French roll. I'm telling you, it's got everything.
Go for the food, right, Carl?
Turkey. In a way, it makes perfect sense.
Vance Hammond for Sacramento was a man who blocked a field goal in the first half. Had he not done that, Montreal would be leading this ball game 10-7. As it is tied up at 7. Take a look at this. Was early in the game, first quarter. Hammond blocks an attempted field goal by Bjorn Nitmo. There's the difference in a Montreal lead right now, as Sacramento and Montreal are tied up at 7. 12:03 left to play. And Sacramento will receive the kickoff.
Well, Nitmo's played a factor in all 3 of Montreal's games.
Here's a low kick coming to Adams. He fumbles it into the end zone. He will down it there. And Montreal will be looking at David Archer on offense for Sacramento, starting from their own 20. That did not have good hang time from that 1-inch tee that now is standard in the World League. And had Adams been able to handle it, Mike Lansford, we might have had a pretty decent return. Coverage had not yet formed downfield.
And I think as the season progresses, you're going to see more long returns based on those low line drive type kicks. He was fortunate it slipped through his hands, and now it's a touchback.
David Archer brings Sacramento out of the huddle. 1st and 10 from their own 20. Fake handoff to DuBose. Down deep goes Archer. Complete to Eddie Brown, short of the 40, but good enough for the first down. James Lott on the coverage, but Eddie Brown made the turn-in pattern work in front of Lott, the corner. And Eddie Brown, who'd been quiet for most of the afternoon, comes up big as Sacramento gets out from their own 20. A gain of 19 yards on the play. 1st and 10 Sacramento. Fake draw, Archer back to throw. In some trouble, tries right, throws this one away out of bounds in the direction of tight end Paul Green, but Archer, the veteran, wisely threw it away, didn't want to get the turnover. So threw it away, down box goes over, 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 Sacramento.
From LSU, Archer had a real good career in the National Football League, and we were talking to one of the coaches today that said had Archer, Dan Henning not had a injury and bad problems at the end of their Atlanta careers, they might still be there and still starting in the National Football League.
Both of them.
Both of them. Little Statue of Liberty to Pringle. Nice move to get away from a tackler. Pringle tries to reverse his field, but can't do it, as defensively Kevin MacArthur for Montreal was not fooled, and he makes the play along with Darrell Davis.
The sign of a good defense is their ability to pursue on plays like this. Savage, Putzer, Royal, Manuel King, Davis, MacArthur, all of them pursuing and converging on the ball carrier.
Big 3rd down play here. Archer from the shotgun. Rolls to his left. Looks downfield. Throws complete to Parker. Inside the 30-yard line of Montreal. What a clutch throw by Archer, and what a nice catch by Parker, as Archer bought time by rolling to his left, a designed rollout, and he just waited to Parker to come free on the sideline, and then he drilled the ball in.
And that's a lot of composure displayed by David Archer. Waiting for Parker to get open, hitting him on the side. 1st down, Sacramento.
Inside the 30-yard line of Montreal, as the Sacramento Surge responding. 9:38 left to play in the ball game. 7-7 our score. Handoff. Pringle tries the right side, gets nowhere, as big Desmond Royal, 292-pounder in his 3rd year out of Texas Tech, stops Mike Pringle. Inside linebacker Kevin MacArthur. Pretty active player, huh, Mike?
Pretty active indeed. 6'2", 247. And just creating havoc there for Pringle.
The running game, which we thought would be there for Sacramento, has not really happened. They've done it through the air. 2nd and 10. Archer, the pump fake. Going deep. Caught, but out of bounds. Eddie Brown made a great catch. One-handed, but out of bounds in the end zone. Great throw by Archer. Had to throw it out there, because if he throws it inside, the defender might pick it off.
Again, yeah, you're either going to catch that out of bounds, you're going to straddle the sideline for a touchdown. You're not going to give that defender an opportunity to pick that thing up. That's a smart throw by David Archer. They're in scoring territory right now. He doesn't want to make the mistakes they've made the previous 2 times they visited this area.
Archer already came up with a big 3rd down and 10 completion on this drive. He's got another 3rd down and 10. Here comes the blitz. Archer's got to air it out. He does, and throws long, incomplete. As Montreal gambled and came with both safeties on the blitz, Archer just couldn't hold on long enough, and the receivers couldn't get open. And we're going to bring John Neese in, and he, I believe,
is going to try the field goal.
Looks like about a 47, 48-yarder.
And this will be into the wind. Nice on the season, 1 of 3 in field goals. It'll be from 48. He made one earlier this season from 48 at Ohio. The kick is up. It's got the distance. Wide left.
That's a real difficult part of the field, a difficult end to kick into with the wind. Even though it's subsided a little bit, it's really going to slap that ball down. And kicking out of that paint is difficult too. He gave it a good ride, just pulled a little bit left. First down, Montreal.
We'll be back. 7:34 left in the fourth, and a tie game here in Sacramento.
Now and only for the month of April, Maida Hyundai offers brand new 92 Hyundai Excels for only $59.99 after factory rebate. And with no money out of your pocket, that's just $139.99 per month. In addition, purchase any new 91 Hyundai in Maida's gigantic stock and get $1,500 cash back. And get this, get an extra $1,000 if any family member owns an 86 through 89 Excel. Wow, that's $2,500 cash back at Maida Hyundai. Now and only for the month of April.
My brakes are working great. Should be, because last week I changed them all the way around. I love working on my car. And when it comes to getting the maintenance parts that I need, the store I depend on most is Chief. They just understand guys like me better than anyone. And that's why they stock more of the parts I'm looking for. Chief Auto Parts takes care of me like I take care of my car.
Jim Brandstatter and Mike Lansford here in Sacramento at Hornet Field. We're in a tie football game, 7:34 left to play. Montreal and Sacramento tied up at 7. The Surge scored just 4 minutes into the game on a pass from David Archer to Stephon Adams. And that's the way it stayed until early in the fourth quarter when Ricky Johnson went in from 3 yards out. Bjorn Nitmo added the extra point, and that tied it up at 7. That's where we stand now with Montreal taking over 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. Anthony Dilweg at quarterback took over for Mike Proctor at about the 2-minute warning at the first half. He gives the ball to Johnson. Johnson tries the right side and gets maybe 2. Michael Jones in there, bringing down Ricky Johnson. Let's go to Jacques Dussault on the sideline, calling the offensive signals.
I want a 3 near, and I want a 29. 3 near, 29.
3 near 29 is the play. That'll be a sweep around the left end. It'll put some pressure on the right defensive end, George Bethune, and the strong safety, Lewis Riddick. Johnson around the left side, got room, breaks through, first down, Riddick. Rides Johnson down, but he gets out to the 49-yard line. As the play from Jacques Dussault, 3 near 29, got the job done.
Wait. You had the sweeper on the left side. Watch the, I don't know if you can see this, but the wide receiver behind him comes back and cracks back on the linebacker, creating the opening for Johnson. Great gain, first down for Montreal.
And Ricky Johnson is a load, 6'2", 205 out of Maryland, averaging 4.5 a carry coming in, and he's already, I think, improved on that average today. 1st and 10 from the 49 for the Montreal Machine. The give to Johnson again, right up the middle, this time going nowhere as Bill Goldberg, the first man in to make the stop, helped out by George Bethune.
Goldberg's had a couple stints with the Rams trying to make that team. Just had, I think, a few too many guys to beat out. A lot of talent down there at the time. He's come in here, he's using this as an opportunity to hone his skills, and he's really plugged up that middle for the Sacramento Surge.
Right there.
The play from Jacques Dussault, 2 near 24 Ram. This play ought to go over right guard. They're trying to get Ricky Johnson again free. This is the same play that they busted for 60 yards earlier in the third quarter. Not this time. Stop for no gain. coming off his right defensive end spot. David Westbrooks turned the corner, got in, and got to Ricky Johnson before he could get to the line of scrimmage. Big play defensively by Sacramento. Into the ball game for Sacramento.
It's supposed to be a 24. He went to
Tracy Perkins.
Yeah. I told him.
As they go to the nickel, coming out
Well, I know, but
is Basil Proctor.
Yeah.
And the shotgun is Dilweg.
I like it when the coaches second-guess the players. Well, it was supposed to be this. He must have screwed it up.
Dilweg straight back. Looking, overthrown, incomplete, intended for Bynum. Riddick was over there on the coverage along with Junior Robinson. But that'll bring up a punting situation, and Monty Robbins will kick it away from Montreal. Back deep for Sacramento will be Eddie Brown. Brown averaging just 5 yards per return on punts coming into this game. Robbins had a rough day kicking.
Only 28.8 averaging today after 4 kicks. Robbins, I would say, is mired in a slump.
When you're a kicker and you're in a slump, what can you do to get yourself out? Just go back to basics and mechanics?
I've never been in one.
I find that hard to believe. I've seen you play golf, and I've seen a slump.
I may get into verbal slumps.
Delay a game call against Montreal as they took too much time to get that punt away, which will push them back 5 more yards to the 45-yard line. Actually give Monty Robbins a little more room to try to boom one. He's got the wind at his back. What wind there is here on this beautiful afternoon in Sacramento.
Field, Joe, and he thought he had to post.
Well, this is an opportunity for Montreal to pin Sacramento deep in their own territory. And I don't know if Robbins has been instructed to kick away from the return man or just to hang it up down the middle and let the coverage team come in and trap him.
Good snap. Robin gets his kick away. Short, Eddie Brown coming up. He'll field it on the 23. Gets around the corner, over the 30 to the 35. Look out! Brown out over the 40 to the 43-yard line. Good return by Eddie Brown with 4:29 left to play. That might become one of the biggest plays in the ball game as special teams
Eddie Brown
come into play big once again.
Eddie Brown makes a good play, catching a low line drive kick that's going away from him. That's a bad punt by Marty Robbins. Again, he's put his team at the disadvantage.
Back with the last 4:29 of this tie ball game, but first, this timeout.
Good morning, Monica Roberts with the KOVR 13 Top Story Update. Hundreds of thousands of protesters are expected to show up for today's abortion rights rally in Washington, D.C. Organizers have planned hours of speeches and performances by Peter, Paul, and Mary and by Cyndi Lauper. And a reminder, don't forget to set your clock ahead 1 hour. Most of the country goes on daylight savings time this morning. And while you're at it, check the battery on your smoke alarm. Next KOVR 13 Top Story Update in 1 hour.
Hi folks, Brother Mo here at Capital Motors. Come take your pick from our huge selection of beautiful late model used cars, trucks, and 4x4s, all priced to sell.
Hello, Capital Motors.
I need a car. I've been all over town, but I've got a bankruptcy and I can't get credit. What do I do?
That's okay.
Come see us first and we'll give you top dollar trade-in on your present car or truck, boat, travel trailer, or motorcycle, paid for or not. Stop by and see for yourself. Capital Motors, huge selection, easy financing.
4:29 left to play here at Hornet Field in Sacramento as Sacramento takes over on their own 42-yard line after a great return by Eddie Brown. Takes it out from his own 23 to the 42, a 19-yard return. Now it's up to David Archer and the Surge offense to break this 7-7 tie in the final 4:29. Big blocked field goal by Hammond of Sacramento, and Montreal would have been leading this one, and Nice missed a 48-yarder in the fourth quarter that would have put Sacramento ahead. This is a pitch right to Pringle. Pringle breaks the tackle, gets out over the 45, near the 48-yard line. Good gain on first down. Brought down by Reggie McKenzie of Montreal.
Key here is establish the run, get yourself in field goal range, let the clock run out, and knock one through. The script has been written before.
It's coming down to the kicker, and how lucky we are to have Mike Lansford, all-pro kicker from the Rams, now property of Kansas City, in our booth with us. Give to Pringle, breaks it out to the right. He's open, got the first down over the 45 into Montreal territory to the 41-yard line. Good blocking of the right side by Sacramento. Ernie Rogers and Byron Forsythe getting the job done up front as Pringle breaks through for an 8-yard gain to the 41-yard line of Montreal. The running game, which had been non-existent following about the first 5 minutes of the ball game, as you take a look at kicker John Neese on the sideline. He may determine this one.
Wondering if that headband's on too tight.
Pass by Archer, overthrown, intended for Burst. Burst had room, and David Archer disappointed. He knew he had a good gain on first down as Burst came open in the flat, and David Archer just missed him.
He just did, and that's about his second bad throw of the day. That coupled with a couple of drops.
Uncharacteristic of David Archer, who came into this game completing better than 60% of his passes, the league's top-ranked passer.
Not a good stat day, but if he can get him in field goal range right here for the win, that's what you just won a victory.
At the 41, second down and 10 Sacramento. 3:08 left to play in the game. Split backs are Burst and Pringle. Archer straight back. Looks deep down the middle. Complete to Parker at the 5, inside to the 4-yard line. Great throw there by David Archer, and a great pattern by Carl Parker as Sacramento makes the big play inside the 5-yard line. As Lott and D. Thomas were beaten by Parker, and just like that, Sacramento is in scoring territory.
Well, Carl Parker has been considered David Archer's most reliable receiver. He dropped a couple in the first half. He's come back in the second half with a vengeance. 6'1", 198 out of Vanderbilt. Big play for Sacramento.
2:22 left. First and goal from the 4. Pitch sweep right to Pringle. Tries the right side. Turns the corner. Gets down inside the 5 to the 1-yard line. Pringle that time just used his speed to turn the corner. Was shoved out of bounds by Kevin MacArthur, but not before he got down near the pylon. It's inside the 1-yard line. Just great speed to get outside Jones, the safety, and he might even have gotten in, but it was MacArthur who banged him out of bounds. MacArthur and McKenzie. The give to Pringle. He's over. Touchdown, Sacramento, as they take the lead with 2:11 left to play. Mike Pringle from 1 yard out goes over the left side, and they love it here in Sacramento.
He's 5'8", 186 pounds out of Cal State Fullerton. Mike Pringle has been the running workhorse for the Sacramento Surge this afternoon. He's been stuffed a lot. Montreal's been keying on him. He's broken free here the last 4 times. Touchdown, Sacramento.
Big drive by Sacramento. Big pass play from Archer to Carl Parker to the 4-yard line. Pringle took over from there. Now John Neese will try and tack on the extra point. Kick is up, kick is good, and Sacramento takes a 14-7 lead over Montreal. 2:11 left to play in the 4th quarter as Sacramento responds to the score by Montreal, and it's Mike Pringle over the middle.
We got a little 5'8" guy hitting it up in the middle, and Mike Pringle doing what he does best, slithering through the defenders.
That ball came free, but it was clear. Pringle had crossed the plane of the goal line. That's an easy score as Buddenberg, Zeno, Stevens, Forsythe up front get the job done. Pringle finds the crease and gets over the goal line for the score.
Those offensive linemen never really receive enough credit.
And you are so right.
I always appreciate them when they're up there blocking for me. I'm sure I'm the one dancing and backflipping off the field. These guys have really fired out here in the fourth quarter.
You never had to wash your uniform, did you? I mean, did you ever work up a sweat other than warm-ups?
Never really did.
Figured that.
I went to the bank a lot.
And the offensive lineman, meanwhile, went to the orthopedic surgeon.
That's right.
There goes 2 points. What do we
Sacramento takes the 14-7 lead. 2:11 left. Now remember this, last week against Orlando, Mike Proctor, the quarterback, engineered a late drive with less than a minute to play to get a field goal to beat Orlando. This time it's going to be Anthony Dillweg as the kick from Nice comes down. There's a reverse, but it is smelled out by Gerhardt, and Gerhardt stops Gerhardt stops Andre Brown on the kick return at the 15-yard line. 2:01 left to play in the game. Good play by special teams Gerhardt.
We talked to Kay Stevenson yesterday. He said, as far as special teams go, I don't want to lose the game on special teams. That's my number one concern. Number two is make a big play. They've made repeated big plays. The one punt down in the corner, and now this kickoff here that they've got Montreal backed up on their own 15.
And don't forget Eddie Brown's return of that short punt. Special teams play got him out of a hole. This ball was never snapped by the center, Bob Kula, and flags are thrown. This is going to be false start by Montreal.
That's one thing I found out to be real important, is to have that center snap the ball.
I found that football can't really happen unless that center snaps the ball. Once again, Mike, your grasp of the obvious is scintillating.
I'm learning.
2:01 left in the game. Sacramento with a 14-7 lead. Montreal first and 15 from their own 10. Dillweg from the shotgun, straight back. Goes to Bynum at the 15. He's pushed out of bounds at the 17. Good coverage by Junior Robinson. Just making sure that they're not giving up the big play. Robinson giving some cushion, but it didn't allow Bynum to get deep. With 1:55 left, Sacramento leads Montreal 14-7. We'll be back with a finish after we pause for these words.
Boy, Vern, you sure think you're smart with your money. Well, if you were real smart, you'd buy your new car from John L. Sullivan Chevy Geo in Roseville. John L. Sullivan is your super discount dealer in Northern California, and that means bigger selection and bigger savings. Real savings, Vern, with no surprises. And we all hate those little surprises, don't we, Vern? Like the sudden earthquake.
Couple of very worried coaches right now. Jacques Dussault for Montreal, Kay Stevenson for Sacramento. And talk about a coach, there's a guy on the field that coaches that defense, Herb Welsh.
Well, he's got a lot of NFL experience. He's with the Giants with their Super Bowl victory in '86. He's on loan now from the Lions. He's the 7th year out of UCLA. He's 5'11", 180, and you're right. He is like having another coach out there directing traffic in a zone prevent situation. They've got Montreal backed up. They don't want to let him off.
Second down, 9 to go. Dillweg under pressure, rolls out of there. Sinclair almost had him, but Dillweg completes the pass to his running back Johnson, who goes out of bounds at the 23-yard line. On the coverage, Michael Jones, inside linebacker, and cornerback Junior Robinson. Short of the first down, brings up a 3rd down and 2. They have got to score a touchdown. Montreal does, in order to tie this game up or take the lead if they do and go for 2 on a gamble. 3rd down and 1 from the 24-yard line.
Dillweg on the sneak, doesn't get it. What a heads-up play by the interior of the defense for Sacramento. And we've got stoppage of the clock, and I believe we're going to have a timeout.
No, they were not ready. Shit.
What's it going to be, John? 4th and what? It's 4th.
Defensive coordinator Jim Haslett for Sacramento as Dillweg heads to the sideline to talk with his coach, Jacques Dussault. Let's go down to the sideline and listen in on Dussault and Dillweg as they plan strategy for this 4th and 2 play that could decide the game.
What formation? Open out. Open out. Get out of bounds. Make sure we get out of bounds.
2 calls. Levin Roberts.
Talking to his quarterback.
Set talking to his. Blue and red.
Yeah? Okay. Okay, here we go for Bartolowski. Mark.
Yeah. That should be a good call. That should be a good call.
Yeah, they were coming back to 22 stay. I like the indecision. Well, that should be a good call.
One's in the game and 88 went out.
It should work.
Try it down there.
Okay, now you hear the difference. The defensive coaches just saw that Chris Flynn, a former quarterback, went in to Montreal's lineup for the H-back, Bartolowski. He is a former quarterback lined up in the slot. And Dillweg's going to work on his 4th down play out of the shotgun. Look for Chris Flynn, number 1, to be involved. Pressure on Dillweg, trying to get away. Throws the ball, completes it over the 25 for the 1st down to Pete Manley. What a play by Dillweg.
What an athletic move by Dillweg. Heads up play. He's falling down, just kind of a little flip pass out. He's got Goldberg and Hill all over him.
Minute 16, clock running. Dillweg brings Montreal up. Still a long way away. Takes the snap. Looks down the middle. Throws complete to Johnson at the 40. Tackled at the 41-yard line. The clock will stop on the 1st down. Michael Jones in on the stop the middle linebacker. As we go back to that incredible play by Anthony Dillweg earlier. No, we'll keep it right here. 1st and 10 Montreal, 52 seconds left. Dillweg looking, going deep down the middle, complete to Manley, then fumbled. Pass is ruled complete and Manley down at the 44-yard line of Sacramento. What a call there.
Well, you go to your big play guy, and again, Anthony Dillweg hitting Pete Manley. Anthony Dillweg keeping this entire drive alive.
Referees conferred and ruled the pass incomplete. So the ball will come back to the 41-yard line of Montreal.
It's 2nd down and 10 again. Go 22 stay.
I tell you what, let's try Levin Roberts.
Levin Roberts.
Give me blue.
There you see the defensive call by Sacramento. Prevent blue. Dillweg looking at 1st and 10. Throws to the sideline, incomplete. Coverage by Michael Jones on the running back, Ricky Johnson. That'll bring up now 3rd and 10. 37 seconds left.
Watch the pressure by Bill Goldberg, hitting Dillweg as he's releasing the ball, giving him no time to find anybody open.
And also, Mike Sinclair, even though he didn't get to the quarterback, got up in his face, and I think forced Dillweg to try to throw that ball a little bit higher than he had to hit Johnson. 3rd down and 10, 37 seconds left. From the 41-yard line, Montreal trying to tie. They trail by 7. Over the middle, Dillweg complete to Russell. Over the 40 for the 1st down to the 39-yard line. 30 seconds left as the clock stops to move the chains.
Big play by Sean Russell out of UC Santa Barbara. We haven't heard too much from him today.
Great protection up front by Montreal to allow Dillweg to have the time to throw, and we've got a stoppage of the clock. I believe Montreal has called the timeout. Either Montreal or Sacramento. Of course, it would have to be one of the two, right?
Have to be one of those 2 teams.
Boy, I tell you what, this is great poise under pressure by Dillweg, waiting for Russell to clear, and he gets the ball in there and takes a big shot from Vance Hammond. No timeout. They are ready to go from the shotgun on the 39-yard line with 23 seconds left. Montreal trying to come back from 7 down. Dillweg over the middle, incomplete, intended for Russell. On the coverage,
For 35, Sean
Number 24, Tracy Perkins.
That's a play where there's really nothing there, and Dilweg, being a veteran quarterback, is going to throw it to where only his receiver can catch the ball. If not, it's an incomplete pass, and the clock stops.
Third down and 10. 19 seconds left.
Call a timeout.
The Surge, 19 seconds away from staying unbeaten. Montreal trying to get in the end zone. Under pressure, Dilweg trying to get away. He escapes, rolls right, throws deep, up for grabs, batted away. Pass intended for Johnson, but Junior Robinson was right there in coverage, along with Riddick and Welch, as Dilweg, running for his life, was able to get that pass off, but just 9 seconds remain, and it's down to Hail Mary time for Montreal.
Dilweg is leveled at the point of release. Thank God. He's saying, thank God for that Lloyd's policy on my Raider contract.
Johnson actually got a hand on it, but Michael Jones, Herb Welch, and Junior Robinson were back there in coverage. And Jacques Dussault will talk with his quarterback about the final shot at the end zone.
Yeah, but hold on a second. Yeah, it's going to be in the middle, so he'd have to call a timeout as soon as he got down.
Yeah, like Proctor come up and say, hey man, the guy was wide open. He needs to call a timeout right away. By the way, I should be in.
10-yard marker. Make him catch in front of us. You and Pete back up to 10 yards. You guys back up to 10 to 12 yards, all right? Make him throw it in front of us and sit on him. Sit on him. It's 88 max.
Don't back up too deep. Go. It's a dig. Dig.
There you see the offensive and defensive strategies. Jim Haslett with his defensive players saying, put your heels on the 10-yard line. Don't let anybody get behind you. If they catch it, drill them and don't get off of them.
And sit on them.
9 seconds left. This could be the game. One timeout left for Montreal. If they throw it down the middle and it is complete in less than 9 seconds, they can't stop the clock. Wide right is Bynum, wide left Manley. 4 wide receivers. Dilweg straight back. Going deep down the middle, complete to Russell. Caught inside the 25, timeout with 3 seconds left. The coverage by Sacramento by Pete Najarian as he got right on Russell as soon as he caught the ball, but the timeout now with 3 seconds left gives Montreal one last shot at the end zone. Let's listen in to Jacques Dussault and Anthony Dilweg.
Mark, he wants to run railroad, punch it in there.
Okay. Hey, here, tell him I want to run a railroad, but I want the 2 outside guys to run posts.
I want the 2 outside guys to run a post on the railroad, okay? 2 outside guys to run posts on the railroad.
Yep, what do you think?
Yeah, what do you think?
He thinks they're going to bring the coverage.
Yeah.
Huh?
He thinks they're going to bring the coverage in.
Well, what I'm thinking, they're going to bracket one of those guys out there. And if we go all the way through, and you know, we might have a chance hitting the post guy underneath.
Now, coach, if we score here
23.5 yards to go for a touchdown. You have 1 play to do it.
Well, it's the railroad play, and he's got the 2 wide receivers trying to run post patterns, which means they'll cut toward the middle. From the shotgun, Bynum is wide right. Manley is wide left. They're the 2 dangerous ones. 3 seconds left. This will do it. Montreal must get in to have a chance. Dilweg is sacked. It's Mike Sinclair, and that's the ball game. Montreal tried, but Sacramento's defense rose up once again when Montreal got within scoring range. It was Mike Sinclair who got the job done, and here in Sacramento, it's celebration time.
Mike Sinclair on loan from Seattle. He's been doing this all year long, dominating the tackles and guards he's going against, putting pressure on the quarterback, and here in a key situation, preserving the victory for Sacramento, keeping them undefeated.
Here is the last play, and look at number 75 working against number 73, Dave DeRocher.
Too fast, too strong, too good.
And that's the story of the Sacramento defense, as Sacramento stays unbeaten thanks to their defense. Mike Sinclair, their sack leader. The final, Sacramento 14, Montreal 7. I'm Jim Brandstetter along with Mike Lansford. We'll be back to wrap this one up.
Exotic, some reverse, some